I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now. But they steady trying to tear me down. I'm just trying to.
I was gonna say Toy's been bullying me. Nah. No, I haven't. What part is this?
12.
Number 12.
12.
Is this 12?
Those
Yeah.
Tell me for 12 straight weeks we've been doing this.
Not 12
straight
straight
weeks,
We had
but-
like 2 weeks off, I think.
You
Yeah.
tell me for like 9 weeks we've been doing this.
Well, us,
I
it's been
mean-
12. We've been 12. Yeah.
You, what are you
You
talking
are like
about?
what? You are like, yeah,
Nine?
you said-
like you made it to all of them.
No.
Mel's probably like 9.
But the-
You should subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Huh?
Yes.
This fucking guy.
This guy.
This fucking
Yeah.
guy,
You
dude.
gotta
Big
go.
brain energy.
Oh,
Then you know what time it is then. This.
No.
I'm ready to pod.
We got the drops.
You know what
baby.
time it is.
We
Stop,
got
stop
the
it.
drops. Stop fucking
Stop playing
playing with
with
us. Stop
Come on.
playing. No.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is, man.
Check your
All right,
watches.
y'all. You know
Check
what
your
time
clocks.
it is. Check your clocks. Check your watch. Check your stopwatch. You know what time it is, man.
It's the really good podcast.
Welcome to the Really Good Podcast, man.
sir.
Home
What it do? What it do?
of the home of the Really Good Podcast. You know what time it is. We about to get this thing kicked off, man. One more time for the people in the back. You know what the fuck going on, man. We appreciate everyone who's joining us tonight, man. We about to have a great convo. We're all fired up ready to go. Again, appreciate y'all who have been joining us consistently. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And make sure to like and subscribe. And make sure to hit that notification bell. Someone I love very close to me was like, it's crazy. I only get certain notifications for certain videos. I said, why haven't you been tapping the notification bell? And they said, well, because I already get some of them. I don't get all of them. I said, that's because you ain't tapped the notification bell. You're only going to get some if you don't tap the notification bell. And we are posting clips daily, pods weekly. You know the fucking vibes, man. Aside from that,
You think YouTube shadow banning us?
no, because we didn't put your. We
All that
haven't put
Jumanji talk, bro.
You stopped talking about Bill Gates. Ever since you stopped talking about Bill Gates, the views started kicking up.
Well, that whole episode I talked about, it got fucking. That didn't
See?
happen. So I think that
learned?
meant something.
Exactly, man.
Nah,
You learned
nah,
from
They
it.
didn't, you know. I think the spirit, you know, they didn't want the government on.
The white van
Oh,
showed up
God.
to Tory.
They
And
don't
the
want the white
next
vans
week,
on
you
there.
saw him change up his whole attitude about it, bro. The very next
Nah, he's like, I don't want to talk about Bill Gates.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro.
Okay, let's
I don't
stay
feel
off.
like it.
Yeah, that door knocking. Like, oh, shit.
That's when the misogyny stopped too.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. Anyways, man, you know who I got with me, man. I got my dogs in the cut with me. Kai Creations in this bitch. It's a Kibby comedy. Wait. No, I gotta take my time with it now. You know that we got that little slow pan,
Okay.
slow pan. Strike a cute pose and shit. Y'all know the vibes. It's a Kibby comedy in the building.
It was good, bro.
And then we got Dale the Stallion.
I'm not this.
We need to have a discussion
He said
here.
he was changing up his shit. I thought he
Is that gay? Panel?
Wait, are you really about to call yourself that?
No, I'm saying
That's his new
for
Twitter
him.
handle.
For him saying no, it's not.
So
for
I
him
just-
saying that, does the panel deem that gay? We'll go one by one.
Wait, what was the Twitter handle?
He's
no,
gonna
it's
go
not
by
my
Dale
Twitter
the
handle.
Stallion.
No, I did not say
Dale
that.
the
Nah,
Stallion.
he's lying at the ass here.
All right, now I'm
I'll
lying. Hey,
sue for
now I'm
libel.
lying. All right, now I'm a liar.
I can see
now
it.
I'm a
I
liar.
can't even lie.
Nah,
I can
yeah.
see it. I can see it.
Just to be controversial.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's crazy?
Interactions low.
Yo, before the party, he's like, yo, I want to test the waters with this new name. So before I do it, I want you to announce it on the pod. See how the fellas take it in. And so now y'all just fucked it up for him. Because I'm telling you, told me, test out the waters. I think this shit's going to fly. All right, so Dale the Stallion, you could still, you could try it out. Try it out for a week.
We're not going by that. Ever.
All right, we'll fuck it.
Never was an option.
All right, so what's new on the news? Well, first off, let's just kick it off by
You're
saying,
not gonna introduce yourself.
huh?
Are you not gonna introduce
Oh
yourself?
my
guy?
God.
Who's talking right now?
I didn't even think it needed to be introduced.
Just a nigga we found,
but I
bro.
forget. You know what time it is. Rizzy the Great in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm your humble, grateful host, and I'm flattered to be here, man. I can't lie. These guys begged me to come down and gratiate them with my presence, and you know, I said I'm here for the call.
The
Just
rap game
have things,
needs them.
have things set up, have have everything going. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for y'all don't know, I just realized I've been podding with the shades on this whole time.
Oh yeah.
Our makeup guys actually didn't show up to the pod today, so fuck things up, man. I got a little bruise on my eye. You feel me? And you
You ain't
can't
gonna show them?
This nigga owed me money, didn't pay me back. So you know.
type
like,
shit. Yeah, you feel me? You know, it is what it is. But you can't just see like royalty with bruises on their faces. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to let you know. I think you didn't know.
All right,
and-
royalty. So what happened?
Oh my God, this
Explain
dumbass
what
story,
happened.
bro.
Explain what
The problem
happened.
is, you know what the problem is? it looks like domestic violence to me. Like, to be honest, because like where it's at on my eye, and it's like it's not like if it was a big old black eye, it'd be like, damn, you got fired on. But like it looks like my girl hit me because it's a little scratch. That's why I don't like it. That's really why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just stay shaded up.
Yeah, you gotta make some good stories with that
So
one.
look, I'm gonna tell you the real story, but it's not exciting. I was cleaning shit, doing shit around the room.
Yeah.
That microphone stand that this man has was tilted the other way. You see like the edge of the microphone stand, the other side?
Yeah.
That's what was tilted upward. And so I bent down to grab some, boom, smack myself straight in the eye. And I just felt like a bitch because the first thing I did, you know, it's like when you stub your toe and you in so much, but there's no one to get mad at. Bro, I just fell straight in my bed. I'm like, bro, I thought I was gonna have a black eye and shit, dog. Like, this shit still hurts, bro. It feels like bruised.
Well,
and that's funny.
You made it out alive.
What you say?
You made it out alive.
Bro, yeah, I did, man. But I was like, bro, and I got the pod coming, man. God damn it.
The shades are nice though.
Huh?
Shades
Thank
nice
you, man.
though,
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Some
Like
vintage
Ozzy Osbourne.
Armani. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, but anyways, how are y'all niggas weeks, man? Mine fucking hurt my eye. It was Monday this happened, by the way. How was your week, big dog?
Oh damn, man. I'm out of the rut. So I
Nice.
feel
Wait,
better.
you
I
out of
feel
the
better.
rut?
Yeah. Out the rut.
Yeah, okay. He's out of the funk. Okay.
Yeah.
How's it going, man? What happened? Something just clicked for you?
Well, you know, I knew what it was, and I just needed to take action towards it. But at the same time, one of the big things that got me out of the rut is that I went to a comedy show yesterday, and I found out that there's open mics available, so you know your boy's got to be spitting them jokes and shit. But yeah, and also like just meeting like other comedians, and it felt like going back to like normalcy in a weird way. Things are opening up. I feel way better. Also, I was able to create some shit. But yeah, that's a big thing. Yo, guys.
That's gotta feel good for you because comedy clubs been shut down nigga, for a long ass time.
Especially LA. LA just felt like it was never gonna open because there's so many fucking liberals here. But and you know the main guy who ran the old comedy bureau, he's like super left wing, and he when the pandemic happened, he was like, yo, we shouldn't be doing these like outside shows at all because we gotta save lives and stuff. And he's like, yo, we should only be doing Zoom comedy. So nobody's fucking with them right now. And now like all these other comics are like starting to open up these different clubs or like just events that they'll do it at like the beer garden. That was really cool. That's where we at yesterday. Yo, before I forget, dude, we are raising a GoFundMe for Dale because, you know, he just spent his life savings on Bad Baby's OnlyFans. And look, we gotta get that going for him.
Don't put that on me.
Please,
Don't put
link
that on me.
in the bio.
You got into
Don't put that on
$1
me.
million?
Don't put that on me.
How was your week, Dale?
He said he almost
chill.
he probably the reason she got to $1 million.
Nah,
dog. He was
Exactly.
like,
Nah, don't put that on me.
750 alone.
Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. No.
That was the highlight of your year,
Well,
though, right?
aside from getting the OnlyFans, how was your week, bro?
Well, that didn't happen. But anyways, my week
We're
was
all,
chill.
we're all liars in here tonight, man. This dude.
These
Come
guys
on,
conspiring
man.
against me, but like my week was chill. You know, I was hanging out with some friends I've been hanging out with in a minute.
Oh, you got drunk.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Sorry. Allegedly got drunk.
I allegedly got really drunk, but you know, it was a nice time.
You throw up?
Allegedly, I might have, but I don't think I did.
Classic.
is
Classic. This nigga told me.
I
I
mean-
won't tell you what he told me,
I
unless
mean-
you want to tell him.
Did you throw up on
He
yourself?
set
or you
himself
threw
up to
like
throw
a G?
up, basically.
I mean, if I did throw up, I definitely did not throw up on myself because you know I would have
That's
noticed
crazy.
You
that.
threw
the
up on
next
somebody else. That's even worse.
I mean, I don't know if I did, but allegedly.
Hey, y'all ever been that guy that gets sick and just throws up in someone else's shit, like all in their shit?
What do you mean all in their shit?
Whether it's their house, their car, like basically like you didn't take care of what you were supposed to take care of when you got sick or felt sick.
I've thrown up like in the patio outside, and they had to hose me down.
Hey, at least you outside though.
Yeah.
That's what
Yo, this one time, this girl, she threw up. I was living in a house with I had roommates and stuff.
Bunch of bitches.
So, but we had a party, and this girl, she throws up in the closet and doesn't tell anybody and just dips.
See? hey, that's the crossover. Cause if you're not able to handle it, do your shit. I might not be the one to tell. I'm at a house party. If you at the house party and you don't know nobody, you don't know the owner of the house, nigga, you just you came because a friend and you throw up. Either don't throw up, but if you do, if you're not in a position to clean it up, like it takes a certain amount of strength to go up. So hey, I just threw up in your room. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna smack you.
That's
Like,
what
nigga,
you
get
do.
the fuck out the house. Like,
You be like, yo, somebody just threw up in your room. That's what
Yo,
you're supposed to do.
come back,
That's what you're supposed to
come
do,
back
bro.
and complain and shit. Yo, this shit is weird, bro. There's throw up in this. Man, this shit is.
You the
it
only nigga that
smells and
found it
shit.
and your breath stink. Yeah, somebody just fucked your shit up. Like, you the first one to tell me. I don't know about it. I don't know.
But yeah, bro, I just went to your room for some reason and like
out of nowhere.
I just see some vomit in that bitch, bro. It's crazy.
Just don't say nothing. Sometimes.
What's worse, like throwing up and not telling anybody, or throwing up in their sink?
the
Not
first
telling
one?
nobody,
You throw up
bro.
in the
It's gonna
sink.
get hot, stinky, nasty, and shit.
But, like,
sink is like it's gonna wash
In the
man.
sink, too, but also I might be
Nah,
mad.
it's like hella vomit. You
But-
just
Oh,
got,
like
you got
hella
a full
vomit?
Not tell nobody.
It's like clogged.
No, but at the same
What?
time, at least you made an effort to not throw up all over the floor. Even though it
shit.
might, it might in long term be a little more fucked up if it's like that chunky.
But you were trying.
yeah, but at the same time, most sinks are near bathrooms. So why the
Yeah.
fuck you
Yeah,
throw
no,
up?
the
If
toilet's
it's in
right
the
there.
kitchen, one thing, but also like, fam, that's kind of bad too. You just threw up in my kitchen sink. I wash dishes here. You nasty fuck.
But not tell nobody where you threw up.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
still
it's
worse.
just
That's
throw
for
it
sure
hiding,
worse.
Like,
Yeah.
Imagine like the day later, you just what the fuck is that? You
Yeah.
just chill, you walk out.
no, you just smell it. You're like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Oh man.
Throw up smells nasty.
Yo,
as
you
You
fuck.
know-
call like everybody at the party, like who threw up in my fucking house, bro? Like one by one.
calling
and shit.
everybody. Like,
Yo, you know, my fam, they would always throw up in the fucking sink. I didn't realize that you're supposed to throw up in the toilet until I started getting drunk.
Yeah. same.
Like, for some reason, I don't know if this is like other, like immigrants that came over here. They just didn't, they something about throwing up in the toilet was just disgusting. If anything, you throwing up in the toilet, it's easy to throw up in the
Flush it.
toilet.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just quick.
question.
But do you ever worry about the shits like the water splatting back up at you? Cause I do.
Has that ever happened?
No, I don't
no,
mind.
but
I'm
when I-
already
when I-
throwing up. I'm sweating like a motherfucker already.
Nah, when I've thrown up, bro, like that's probably like my first thought. But then no, it's never like actually splashed up crazy.
Damn.
Good discussions.
Where's
Great discussions.
Where's the worst or funniest place you've thrown up at? Like after drinking?
Yo.
Oh, come back to me because I'm
fuck.
sure I got one.
Yo, this one time I was getting head, and
Oh man.
yo,
Oh, this
it
is
was
classic.
so
Okay, you
bad.
gotta tell us what the fuck.
Okay,
man.
This like New Year's Eve, and and someone came back with me to my crib, and then I was just like, all right, cool, we getting down, you know, we making out and shit, and then like I'm a little drunk, so you know I need some head and shit, and she starts giving me some head. And yo, next thing you know, she going in. I was like, damn, she gives some mean head. But then next thing you know, I hear her just like coughing. And then I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then next thing you know, I hear the noise of throat. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, damn, she really gagging on this shit. But then next thing you know, I realized that. I was like, oh my God. And then I could start smelling it a little bit. But
She kept going after she threw up.
a little bit.
What a
And then-
warrior. What a
and then-
fucking warrior.
Nah,
Shout out to her.
trooper.
Nah,
Champion. That's a
So-
champion right there.
Yo, after no, she kept going for a little bit, and then she was like, "Oh, damn, it's like all over." So she grabbed something.
Call her for a little bit. She was like, wait a minute.
Yo,
Slow down.
Like 10 seconds later, this is probably a bad idea.
yo, and you know, she grabbed something from my room, and it was a dashiki given to me by one of my friends. So she grabbed that to wipe it off.
She
And
just
I'm
lost
just like-
hella
That's
points.
racist.
She lost hella points. She's like,
I'm
she's-
pretty sure that's racist.
She lost
Panel?
way.
Panel?
Yeah,
Do
she
we
doesn't
agree?
care about BLM. She does not care about BLM.
I don't think
Oh
she-
yeah, I forgot it was dashiki. God, I don't know. I was even thinking like, what a dashiki. I don't know. I was thinking of like some Bengali. I'm retarded.
Yeah.
A dashiki. duh.
Wait, so you threw up on her or no?
No, she threw up on me.
Okay, because I was
And then-
cause I thought that was gonna happen because I asked.
Yeah, at first I
cause
thought
I
you
said,
threw up,
"Where's the
yeah.
crazy place you threw up?" So she said,
Yeah.
"I was getting head." I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
I know, I thought-
So I was like,
I threw up on her head.
So,
Dude,
so I
throwing
thought it
up-
was gonna happen, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no."
I was about to say like it's a cold world. If your stomach could really start turning while you like in the mode of that's crazy. That would be so sad. Like you just getting head, everything's going great. You start throwing up all over yourself. Like that shit's over at that point. It's done.
Nah.
You
If I
can't
threw up
be-
on her, that'd just be wild.
Yeah, if that's not your girl, you're never hitting that again.
Bro, I think the worst
That's
place.
just like over.
Worst place I ever threw up was fucking with this dude. Honestly,
That's not even a bad place.
it's not.
What's
but,
that?
like,
Same, hey, same story or what?
No.
Hey,
Hey, fuck you. Yeah, no, that's like the only time I like that. That's hilarious.
that was good. I
That's
could give
hilarious.
you that one. That was nice.
Yeah, no, we went to the club. Fucking, it was like a random night. Like
Went to
Wednesday or
143.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Random fucking night. Probably had work the next day. got like got a whole ass bottle of Bombay.
The big one, not even the small, not the 740 mil. You know.
Yeah.
No, he said that worked the next
Was there
day.
any
bro.
other influences that night?
Probably some marijuana. You know.
Well, that
That's
ain't
about
influence. That ain't what he asking about.
Are there any influences?
I mean, I don't know if you want to incriminate. I don't know if you want to say this on camera, but like, I'm interested. Go ahead.
Come on, we ain't trying to incriminate ourselves.
Anyway, what had happened was got fucked up real quick. I don't know what happened. Next thing I know, in there, I'm already kind of like fucked up.
No, you know, if we did have any other influences the other night, I don't think you would have threw up.
Exactly. Because I threw the fuck up. But like, I honestly blacked out, and that was the first time I ever blacked out like drinking. So it's kind of crazy. Usually when I drink, I know it's like, okay, I'm about to throw up in like 10 minutes. Like hear me out.
That's the worst when you're trying to drink though, and it's just not going down right. Like right off the rip, you're like, it's gonna be a weird night. Yeah, that shit's the worst.
It was an extremely long line to get in, and we was getting fucked up
in the line. We was cutting too successfully. It was great.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. I was moving. I was like, come on, we're gonna go. We drinking. We're like, yeah. All right, let's go. Like walking up, cutting people in the line. Nobody's tripping. Get inside. The dude's like, I tried to take a piss. The dude started tripping on me. He's like, you gotta go to the back of the line. The security guy. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Because I just cut. Like the line's long as fuck. Like, it's like an hour, hour and a half. Like, I'm not doing that.
Just whipped it out in front of everybody.
Nah, I'm not doing
Come
that.
on,
That'll
man.
get you in.
So yeah.
Right this way, sir.
I'm like, bro, you trying to act tough? I'm just trying to piss. So he's like, no. I walked off, piss anyway. Came back in line. Everything's good. Got inside. And that's where everything went black. I'm in there. Next thing I know, I'm outside on the ground. Like I'm like getting walked out. I lost.
Yo, I was a bad friend. I lost him.
Oh, so someone else was walking you out?
Bro, I lost him. So at this point, I'm like in there because the whole night I was like, I'm finna dance when we get inside. And they was playing some halfway ratchet shit. So I was like, okay, they getting kind of on my level type shit, you know. Yeah. But it was a bunch of Asian girls, so they wasn't really with the twerking shit and like that. So they looking at me like,
you was with the wrong Asian girls.
No, it wasn't like nobody really. You could tell you kind of feel. I'm like, okay, fuck it. But now at this point, I'm just fucked up. I'm like, I probably shouldn't dance anyway. Yeah, because I'm gonna stumble and like bust my ass or something. I found my way to the bar. I'm standing there, of course, looking fucked up. Like some dude's looking at me like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "Probably not." He's like, "You here with somebody?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't know where he's at." Next thing I know, I'm kind of posted up on like a in the middle. They have like a pillar or something like that. Yeah. Next thing I know, I'm getting walked out, throwing up while I'm getting walked out, sitting down. Get back to the car. I'm like, "Where's my glasses at?" He's like, "I don't know. I thought you had them." I'm like, "Whoa."
Nah, you weren't even at the car yet, yo.
Well, I lost them before even.
Okay, so look, once. Like I can't find Tori anymore. I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just have some fun. Because we parted ways, So I was just like, all right, cool. I was a little fucked up, but I don't know. I don't know if I got another drink in there. I'm an alcoholic, but I didn't. But once we came out, like the homie that we were in line with, the one that let us cut, Michael, he was like, yo, your homie's fucked up. He's out.
And the other nigga came out.
That'd be the funniest shit, bro. He's getting that from somebody else.
But at least it wasn't like, hey, your homie, yeah, he just got packed out, bro. Yeah, he's out on the street. Nigga, he just got robbed. He butt naked out there. I'd be like, bruh.
Dude. And I'm just in there, hey.
Yeah, and I just remember being slumped over. That was the most slumped I've ever been.
Dude, I was like, I was standing on one of the pillars to look for you. I was like, where the fuck is this dude? I don't see you anywhere. Like, I'm standing over people. People are looking at me. I'm just like, everybody's getting their, like their bacon wrapped hot dogs. You know, LA fucking scene.
Wait, what club is this? Bacon wrapped hot dogs?
143. No, it's outside the
street
vendor.
I was to say, like, I got bacon wrapped hot dogs in the club. I'm like, what club is this?
No.
So Tori's on the fucking curb now, and I was just like, oh shit, he's
I'm slumped.
So you're still fucked up at this moment, right?
Yeah. And he was like, yo,
I was hurt, bro. I was hurt.
And then so we're outside, and I was like, okay, let's walk somewhere. Let's get some air in you. So let's just walk around. And then we started walking around, and then he was like, okay, I need to sit again. So we go sit in this parking lot for a little bit. And then after the parking lot, I was like, okay, let's walk. Let's keep walking. We get to the other side. This is when he realized, he's like, where are my glasses? I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? He still blames me for losing the glasses, but you blacked out that night. So
I don't know.
That's why he needed you, dog. He needed you. You never know when the homie might black out.
Bro, I didn't know you were that fucked up. I was drinking the same amount with you.
No, I was.
Oh, you said you was a little dog. You said he took more shots than you.
Nah, because you do love the Bombay, so maybe you might have
that
been.
night I was feeling.
But that's the thing. Sometimes with drinking, like it's not even like you could have drank the same amount a different night and been chilling. Sometimes like your stomach just don't fuck with it that night, or like maybe some shit you ate before you didn't eat.
The right way.
That's the worst when it's unpredictable and it's just like your night, like your sick night. Like God damn it, bro, I really gotta
like-
throw up tonight.
I'm not supposed to throw up. I didn't drink that much. It just coughs you off guard and stuff.
That shit's
Like,
weird.
Bro, you know
Well,
that one
oh,
time
fuck.
like you pulled up on me and we smoked. Oh my god, yo, I didn't eat shit that entire day, and then I had 2 big ass bowls of soup, and then Travis was like, "Hey yo, I'm outside. Let's smoke real quick." We smoke, and next thing I was like, "Yo, why the fuck do I feel like this?" We're hotboxed in the car. I'm just like, whoa. I forgot what you were telling me. You're telling me some shit, but I was just like, I'm not feeling well. And I was trying to keep my cool. I'm not trying to make you seem like I ain't feeling well. Next thing you know,
And because
boom.
back then we didn't kick it like that. I had a sale to make and we was chopping it up, smoking and shit. That's why it was it. At the time he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna act sick.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. But then next thing you know, I wasn't feeling well at all. So next thing you know, I bet all he saw, he's over here looking this way. All you hear is the door open.
I think it was as I was about to like dap you, like say like bye. Then as soon as near the end,
I
then
need
you
some
just
air.
foam just starts throwing up. I was like, damn man, I knew this shit was gas. I knew the reefer was hitting. Yeah, that shit was wild.
Stories disgusting.
All right.
Yeah, I hate throwing up.
Yeah, that's actually the worst feeling, especially when you sore the next morning and shit like that.
Oh,
That's
hurt,
no
hurt.
Especially
bueno.
when like you know it's gonna happen, like you can't do anything about it. Like it's about to come any second now. You
Yeah,
just,
eventually you're just happy that it's out. Like,
yeah,
all right,
like,
this shit's
finally,
over.
bro. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna cover some news, boys.
All right.
Oh, first, all right.
go
Before we
ahead.
start, I forgot what I was about to say earlier. Before I forgot to introduce myself. That's why I'd forgotten to say.
Dude, that
it,
was
but-
all the intro to the
I
pod.
know No, but I was about to say, prayers out to. Oh, I'm about to make it serious. All right, let's try not to
Alright,
make
go,
it
go,
serious,
go.
but is what it is. Prayers out to DMX. For y'all that don't know, he's been hospitalized. I have been in. He was in a coma and on life support for 5 days after being admitted following a heart attack. Honestly, really all I have to say about this is prayers out to DMX. I'm not going to cap. I feel like we're kind of the generation, like our generation, unless you really took the time to go back and listen, and even if you do, like you weren't really outside when shit was going up. So it's like I'm not gonna act like, yeah, bro, I'm the biggest fucking DMX fan, but I feel like you gotta respect people for what they've done in the game, bro. Like, cause if you talk to anyone, go to a barbershop, they'll tell you what DMX is about. That's and obviously like we know DMX shit, but it's the same thing. I was just listening to Nas earlier today. Nas, I think is or I keep saying Nas because of Nas,
Oh,
but
Nas.
Nas.
I was
Sorry,
like,
yeah,
what?
Nas, yeah.
Like, not be rapping?
Yeah, Nas rap. I was
But she won a Grammy, bro.
I was just even like Nas earlier today, or even like I know like you're not a huge J guy, not to expose you, but like it's sometimes when you're a different time period, you don't appreciate it the same. Not appreciate it, but it doesn't ring off the same. You weren't outside at the parties, you weren't turning up. But regardless, man, yeah, big prayers to DMX, man. Hopefully he gets better. It's so yeah, prayers out to him. It's about pretty much all I have to say, man. Big prayers.
Yeah.
Prayers up for him.
All right. Well, if we're gonna stay on some news shit, Tiger Woods, they released more info about his crash. It said there's something called a black
What he
box
said.
in every car. Well, not every. The newer cars, a black box. It basically gives you the information of what happened. And so the information they gathered was that again, toxicology. By the way, he didn't have anything that would have impaired his driving. The black box basically said he was going 84 to 87 miles per hour and he was accelerating as he got to the curve. Speed limit was 45. I don't really care about the speed limit part.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was speeding pretty fast in that spot and he slammed. And I guess he was running late. But to be honest, if I'm Tiger, like nigga, I'll run late anywhere. Like I'm Tiger Woods, you can run late. But yeah, that shit's crazy, man. Thank God he's alive, bro. Cause fucking imagine 87 miles per hour slamming into a median. Like you're not slow. Cause they already knew that though. There was
Median
no tire.
is a divider?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They were, like they already knew there was no tire or no skid marks, which basically tells you he didn't break it all. But yeah, that shit
Oh,
is.
shit.
Yeah, there was no
Damn.
skid marks, and then now the black box came back and they're saying that. But also, what happened to that reporter that was talking about? Oh, he's had a history of painkillers and pain pills and shit like that. Remember we talked about it?
Yeah.
And I think you had specifically said, no one's gonna give a fuck after that. Like you can say whatever you want. So you can say whatever you want to be like. Who is? I don't remember what that reporter's name is.
Yeah.
No one is going back to the reporter like, hey, remember what you said, buddy?
Yeah.
Because now the talks came back and you sound stupid. I wish we should have I should have looked up the name of the reporter who was immediately just going, oh, he's been on painkillers. He's had years with issues with that, blah, blah, blah. on the day of this shit.
You can just put it like right here somewhere.
Yeah, fuck it. Put his name up here. Put his picture up here.
Yeah.
Put it like right there.
Fuck that,
Somewhere.
dude.
Somewhere.
Exactly.
Because that's what we talked about. We were talking about the media and how they just like to exploit the bullshit. Even when somebody's fucking dying.
It's just bothersome that there's no accountability of like you can say it's like y'all said, like you can say whatever you want one week, then when you're wrong, like people don't really hang you. Like they're not gonna sit there and like, oh, so you're not held accountable for the things you say. Yeah. I like the closest to it is sports analysts because we roast them. Like we see memes, we see Max Kelly, Andre Iguodala. That shit is hilarious. Like, but other people in the media, like, yeah, you really don't hear too many people checking them like that. And also like the way people are, we're just
on to the next thing.
Exactly. On the next thing, we don't even remember that dude.
Thing somebody else said a week ago.
We just want to hear about the bad shit.
Yeah. Another thing about the media, they also like to manipulate the narrative.
Yeah.
Like you're talking about with talking about Tiger Woods maybe on painkillers, try to get that narrative out there.
Right.
It also kind of ties into the DMX story because I noticed that TMZ was interviewing Demi Lovato and asked her about how she felt about the DMX thing. Yeah. And then she was like, it was scary because, Demi Lovato has former drug issues, and she was saying
she had some crazy shit. If you watch that documentary, bro, like, to be honest, I'm a capper. I didn't watch it. My mom watched it. Yeah. But some crazy shit.
Yeah, and she was saying it was scary because, like, that could have been me, and that freaks me out.
No, she was literally dead for a minute, bro. Yeah. Like, that shit was crazy. The Demi Lovato shit. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, and then, like, TMZ puts Demi Lovato of DMX, that could have been me, and the whole internet's killing her for thinking you trying to make it about yourself. I'm like, no, like TMZ is manipulating it that way to push this narrative that she's self-centered and stuff like that. And if I was a celebrity, I know that would drive me freaking crazy,
bro. And they take so much shit out of context, and sometimes we point at the celebrity and be like, well, you said it, why did you say it? But if you look at the context of certain things, like you can really take stuff out of it and make a whole storyline out of it. And all right, this is gonna be a smaller one because it's not really that big of a deal at all. But I read headlines and I just couldn't notice. Like I don't think that's what was actually said. I think they paraphrased it. Like for example, when the Nets got who'd they get?
LaMarcus.
Oh yeah, LaMarcus. The quote said that LaMarcus said that KD texted him that he should definitely come here was the quote. And I'm like, fam, this nigga KD, I really don't think he texts definitely come here. Like that was not the quote from this nigga. Like I'm pretty sure LaMarcus Aldridge said in an interview, yeah, KD, yeah, I talked to him. He said, yeah, he said I should definitely come here. So what they do now, next thing you know, I see a headline, KD texted LaMarcus Aldridge saying definitely come here. Yeah. No one texts like that, dog. Yeah, you would think you KD, y'all millionaires, y'all trying to win a ring. You're going to reach out to this guy, another millionaire, trying to get him to run on your squad. Yeah, definitely come here.
Yeah. It's more like pull up.
KD's more like, yeah, you want to come here? It's cool. Like, I'm fucking with you.
You probably have a meeting somewhere. Yeah, it's a real
we know how KD be talking, so he definitely going to be talking a different way from definitely come here.
But realistically, like
this guy's
he's about to move. He's about to do all this shit. No, bro, you probably hey, bro, like tell him about the culture, about the vibe. You're gonna be great here. Here's how you gonna fit. Chop it up, like. Yeah. But it's funny. That kind of went off on what you were saying. But in terms of just like they manipulate anything to find a headline sometimes.
I'll wait for sports.
Yeah. All right. Okay. More on news. Let's go. Beats by Dre. They're actually. I'm gonna cut back in.
I was like, you about to do drops? Don't do drops.
What's happening?
No.
I know when it's time.
Should I get an app that does those sounds?
Yeah, you should. Beats by Dre is parting ways with the hashtag Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. The move comes hours after Nike suspended its relationship with Watson amid 22 sexual assault lawsuits. And I made the joke in the group message, like, this shit's going to be 30. Well, maybe I shouldn't make jokes. But it's going to be 30 by the end of April. Every time we hear about this story, there's more accusations. It was dead ass 6 when I first heard about it. I'm like, I don't know, 6 people, whatever. Then it got to like 15. Then it got to 19. Then it was 21 the last time we talked about it. Yeah. And now it's fucking 22. Okay, so
it's like Bitcoin. It just keeps going up.
Hey, we got to talk about Bitcoin.
It's gonna be 100K.
I can't lie.
I'm mad. That was funny.
We got to talk about Bitcoin for real. And I want to get an analyst on here. Mainly for me, so I can pick his brain. We got to find someone that really knows about that's really trading Bitcoin. But then we got to talk about it because I've really been fucking.
Yeah, Bitcoin pissed me off this week, bro. Took my portfolio. I was like, what's going on?
That's good. Buy the dip. Anyways, all right. So, Beats by Dre parting ways with Deshaun Watson amid cases
and Nike.
And this was after Nike did. To be honest, which is the bigger L? Beats by Dre or Nike?
Definitely Nike.
On 3 will. Yeah,
I
for
thought
sure,
it was
Nike. That was too
losing
obvious.
the
That was too
NFL,
obvious.
yo.
Definitely Nike, because Nike is so big. I feel like all the other brands were waiting, like, yo, should we do
Yeah.
this? And Nike is the first one to do it. And they're like, okay, if Nike's doing
Yeah.
it, then we're out. Like, Nike is the Goliath of like this industry, especially for athletes. Like,
Exactly,
they even
that's
sponsor the NFL uniforms themselves and stuff. So like, that's huge. This also kind of reminds me of Kobe's situation in Colorado, how he just started losing all of his endorsements and stuff like that. And like, before the trials even goes further or anything like that. And it just shows that like, even though people are innocent till proven guilty, excuse me, not in the court of public opinion, and that doesn't determine anything. Like, the legality of law does not affect how it affects his livelihood and his lifestyle and his money. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know if he did it or not, but this is just a really effed up situation all around. It's just sad.
You know, even check this out though, because I know. Okay, so like for the Kobe stuff, it is fucked because it's one person, and let the legal system handle that out.
Yeah.
But if I'm Nike, this is Kobe's side, not talking about Kobe.
Yeah.
If I'm Nike, can I just blanket statement say you cannot have over 20 allegations of rape and or not rape, but like sexual harassment? Like, that's, to be honest,
That's a good stance.
yeah,
Company
okay,
policy.
fine. You can't have more than 20 fucking sexual harassment allegations against you
like
to be
5 or
signed.
more.
Because in that case, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Initial here.
yeah, you're like, someone's sitting there like, wait, I can't have 20?
Right. So 18 cool.
So 15, I better not hear shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
that's why that number is getting just so ridiculous. It's like, damn, dog. I mean, let the legal system play it out, but at the same time,
And not looking too good.
we're not going to be the ones rocking with him for that when he got 20 cases against him.
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
does
you better
20 and
win
a half
all
count?
20. Huh?
Does 20 and a half count?
Tell us.
Do y'all hear that?
Yeah. So,
Oh.
that was that nigga, bro.
No, because I can only hear it through here, so I can't tell where it's coming from. Like, is that coming from outside the garage?
You trying to hide it like you all
Yeah, this thing, he's like pulling his phone away and shit like he in class. Like, Melvin, give me your phone. I saw the phone ring. Oh, I didn't even say it. Hey, man.
Are you not entertained?
Hold up. Don't even. And backstage, we got young Melly Mel. My dog
Fucking
in the
shit
cut.
up. No,
My bad, man. I'm out of my rhythm, man, since you
What
know,
is that?
got a little busy last week. All right, but what are we on? Oh, we talking about yeah. So that nigga's done with Beats, and that nigga's done with Nike. Nike
And the
definitely a
NFL.
bigger deal.
So like, do you?
He's definitely not gonna get picked up.
Are you sure?
Anyway, do you think they'll still pick him up?
It's the NFL,
I
bro.
like this.
Can
I
you
like
throw that
this.
football?
Seriously?
Do you as long as he doesn't go to jail or get convicted, a team will pick him up 100%.
Oh, okay. Because like, I
Ben
heard like, a lot
Roethlisberger
of-
has rape allegations against him, and he's not even as good as Deshaun
He's
Watson.
white.
I mean,
That's a whole different ball
that's
game,
true.
dog. Let's be
That's a whole different can of worms.
I know a half black guy that got out the league for kneeling and getting a little.
Yeah.
He was playing second string, but come on now, he was kneeling. You know
That's
why they
true.
got him out. So all them old white dudes,
But
they might not be so friendly.
Think about
to
Michael
Deshaun.
Vick. Michael Vick dogfighting, went to jail. Them white folks were mad at Michael Vick, bro. They hated his ass, and they still picked him up.
No,
'Cause at the end of the day, it's Michael Vick, bro. Like, he can throw the ball, he can run the ball. Like,
Nah, but Michael Vick, Deshaun Watson.
nah, Deshaun Watson's that dude, football wise.
Yeah.
I
he's that dude.
I don't know.
Bro, he's that
Sometimes-
guy, bro.
Hey, sometimes I
He's
watch
that
back
guy.
the pods and realize like I'm hella fake because as soon as he said that, I'm like, yeah, they gotta be watching Deshaun Watson. And we're like, yeah, dog, like you don't know about Deshaun, bro.
Deshaun, nice. Like, Michael Vick obviously is like phenomenal, but like Deshaun Watson's arguably a top 5 quarterback now. He just has a really bad team. Like, don't forget, this is the man to beat Alabama.
Okay.
Think about that. Went to the NFL, shitty organization,
Alright.
breaking records.
Okay.
Breaking records, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know nothing about
The
that,
whole
dog.
the whole league, when he tries to trade, the
Yeah,
whole
he's got back
half the
bail
league
up.
tried to trade for him, bro. Everybody was offering up everything.
So, do you think with these 22, maybe 23?
Yeah, you think you'll see him back in the league?
Deshaun? I mean, honestly, shit.
Okay,
if he
let's
doesn't
say-
go to jail, like,
Yeah, let's say he ends up paying stupid ass bread to all the victims and they all like settle different things out of court and so he doesn't get because actually they're all civil suits. I just
Yeah.
realized they're all civil suits. So regardless,
Yeah.
he can't. It's not like it's a criminal investigation or that. So he could. Let's say he does his payoff, gets us all situated. Pays off a stupid ass amount. Do you think he has a chance of being back in the league?
I think
100%.
I think they would bring him back and ridicule him of his massage privileges.
Yeah, that nigga ain't
I mean,
allowed to go to
100%.
no more massage. You get no more.
For
he
his
gonna
sake,
be
he
sore
better
as
leave
fuck. He gonna suck because he don't get any more massages.
And let me say, yo, I could really use a massage right now.
No.
Nigga,
No.
nah.
Or they only let dudes massage him?
Yeah,
Oh,
like, you
God,
better ask your
yo.
teammate. Oh, I mean, that's a good idea, honestly. Like, all jokes aside, that's actually a really good
Would you let a
idea.
guy massage you?
Yeah.
I mean,
like, if anything,
honestly-
they give a better massage.
If the guy's like a professional
straight.
masseuse, I would do it. But like, that's not my first choice.
I'd get worked on, and I say that in terms of like physical therapy type shit. Like if he's working on a certain muscle or a certain part, or maybe a chiropractor, But to be honest, if I'm getting a massage, like
I mean, how is
Bro,
the massage? Is it like
all
really
you-
like sensual?
I'm
Like,
already
I don't
a
want him to
ticklish-
touch my glutes.
I'm already a ticklish
yeah,
nigga,
like,
but like
you can do my back is good. You
Yeah,
can do my
he
back.
got some strong
Rub my
hands.
calves. Rub my
too close to
calves,
my
you know?
neck. He could snap my neck while I'm when this.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like a big motherfucker like Batista or some shit massaging you. Yeah, he gonna get your knots out, bro. He gonna get your knots out.
Bro, all you need is a burly bitch with soft hands.
Yeah, I was about to say some female actual masseuses, bro. They got fucking. They're strong, dog.
Yeah.
Like they know exactly what they hitting in the
Like,
pressure
yeah,
points.
she
Not
can
pressure
get it,
points.
like if she good with it, like you know what I'm saying, or she could be like a little bit chubby.
I just don't want to
Not
be
too
laying
bad, though.
fucking naked with a towel over me with a nigga fucking rubbing me up.
Yeah, I
like
don't know, yeah.
I'm all over here. Oh man, that feels so good. I don't mean to be like stupid and them, but like
You'd probably be moaning. I swear.
Look,
I swear.
yeah,
you'd be
and on top of
moaning.
that, I'm
Just the right
ticklish.
knot in the back, like,
fuck, I look like fucking squirming
Like, could you
around.
go
and nigga
lower?
fucking, like, oh, sorry,
Oh,
I start giggling and shit.
Tickles, no man.
yo, if you got massaged by like a dude, would that like ruin massage porn for you?
nah.
Nah.
He's not gonna fuck me next. What the fuck?
I know, right? Like,
I can't ever watch it
Yeah,
again.
next time you're watching it, it's like
That could have been me.
I mean,
no, fuck no.
I mean, it wouldn't be traumatic. Like, it had to be something really traumatic for me to like freak out over seeing some like, massage porn, bro. Like,
yo,
so I think it would be good.
yo, we're really good at
Bro,
conversation.
but could you
man.
blame me if some shit happened when you go by Dale the Stallion?
We need to get that now.
You gonna
I
get a
am
thumb up
not.
the booty.
Yeah, nah.
You gonna have a thumb up the booty at
Nah,
some point
who's
during
gonna
nah,
do it?
nah. I'm gonna release an official statement.
like the quotes you heard on the pod were not accurate. Do
Yeah.
not represent the brand of Might Be Dale.
Like before the pod and stuff, you just have a disclaimer and shit.
Oh, see, I put it in the front, man. The strictly jokes. We're comedy style.
I love serious topics.
Yes, sir.
I gotta figure out my timing, but I like the vibe it creates. I like it.
The
All
I have a
right,
question.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about if Deshaun Watson would get another chance in the league, if like let's say this all goes away, just ends here, sells out the court, whatever, all goes away.
All right.
Would you want him on your team?
I think you asked just a bad crowd, cause like
Let's.
Oh,
I don't know,
football
nigga. I don't
like
even
that.
have a team.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an NBA account for Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
He's kind of like,
Well, if we're talking winning, I want him on my team. But like,
like,
if we're talking
Jason
like
Tatum?
ethically, are we talking?
yeah, that's a good comp, but like, a little better though.
Are we
Devin
talking-
Booker.
Better. He's like
No,
young,
no.
but like one of the best already. But not as good
Luka.
as Luka. But not,
Luka. Oh,
not as
not
good as
good
Luka.
Luka.
Like,
Wait,
Nah, Zion's like
so
generational,
are we talking like morally? Like, would you?
yeah, would you be
comfortable
okay with him being on your team? Mind you, he's really, really good at
If I
football.
owned an NFL team, I don't think I got too many great morals, you know.
Oh, that's facts. I'm a
Because
billionaire for a reason, homie.
I would definitely take him on my team. Actually, no, I don't even want to say that. That just
Bruh,
sounds so bad.
you're
Because
salesman.
now it's like I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, oh shit, this motherfucker represents me.
But at the same time, he has not been guilty of anything yet. These are just allegations at the end of the
But
day.
it's 22. Or wait, what is that?
Yeah, no, 22. You're
God
right.
Yeah.
damn.
Hey, it might be 23 by now. This
So
shit might have
we all
changed.
agree.
Jordan year.
We all agree it's not looking good, right?
Yeah.
But do we think there's
But
a
I'm a
chance
winner.
that he might not be this guy, or not as the way it's being portrayed, or he's just like he probably did that shit?
Dog,
He's a
that's
predator.
the problem. Yeah, man, because
He's
it's
like,
like,
nah.
when it
Yeah,
gets
he's a piece of, yeah, he
What was
probably
the term he used last week to describe what he was doing?
gyrating.
Gyrated. Yo, come on.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
I
like
said that.
well, that's what he was doing. He was
Oh yeah, he
gyrating,
was.
man.
Yeah, so like, you wouldn't be comfortable with him being on your team?
I wouldn't be
Not
comfortable
as
with
an
gyrating on
NFL.
everybody.
Let's say as a fan, you're a diehard of this team.
Like, okay, I'm a big like Niners fan. For
Oh,
example.
then I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it a
It's like,
stack.
oh,
Is my
Go
team
ahead.
ass? How ass is my team?
Oh, that's an excellent
That
point.
is a good point.
Ooh,
Like,
your team.
The Dolphins.
no, they did it pretty good. A little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
Basically, if you have Deshaun, you are a contender for sure.
No, I'ma
And
keep
without him, probably not.
You're the Jets. You're the Jets.
Like the
They haven't
49ers
won
are pretty
shit.
good, but they don't have a quarter. They just trade up for the third pick. But that's a different story. But like,
I got to answer, bro. It's go okay. As an owner, or are you about to
No,
answer?
no,
'Cause
no,
you
no,
think-
no,
you
no,
think-
no,
I like that.
Because
I like
if you got to like, as an owner, no. As a fan, okay. I'll put it this way: if we were straight ass Lakers, we're straight garbage.
yeah,
And I know it's not a good direct parallel, but if this nigga KD, they found out that he had been fucking thrusting and making himself nut on his stomach with 20 fucking therapists, and okay, so now it comes out that he's getting put on our team. I'm looking at Genie like, okay, damn, that's on your reputation. Like, you're really gonna have this nigga come over?
Yeah.
But as a fan, The fuck it got to do with my reputation?
I mean,
I wanna
Yeah.
win.
I want to see a winning team,
Yeah, yeah.
but morally, I'm not the one signing him. If you sign him, sign him. But as an owner, no, I wouldn't sign a guy that had them type of cases just for a multitude, morally, and then just for the fact of like, why do I have to deal with this man's shit because he wants to go and gyrate and make himself nut,
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
which is also another talent.
That can't even lie. That was
How could
very
you
impressive.
hands-free ejac? That's a talent.
Yo, that
You
means
cannot-
he meditates heavily.
I don't know.
That is some meditation shit.
Do you think
for
it's
sure.
maybe bullshit? Like maybe that
Probably
part
just
is
rubbed it on the table. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyways,
No, one of them said up in the air, and he got pre-cum on his belly button.
Pre-cum or like if he could really
Some said
ejaculate, that's
pre-cum,
very
and some
impressive.
said pre-cum. Some said
yeah,
some
I heard
others. That's why it's kind of
I
hard
heard the
because
pre-cum story too.
it's kind of hard because we end up hearing about you end up holding on to the ones you hear about. So like maybe they're not all saying he did that, but at least the other shit too about like him having to move the towel and shit like that, so he's barely covered. Then he moves it and his shit is hard the whole time. I don't know, man. It's just some different shit right there.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it a stack. If let's say the Lakers in a situation like that and we were terrible and we could acquire just like potentially generational talent, I would definitely have mixed feelings. At the same time, I'll be glad my team is better, but I could just not get past it, you know? Like I'll definitely like not try to like defend it. I'm like, okay, terrible person, good player.
Yeah,
That's kind of
you're a
how it
good
would be
person,
like, you know?
yeah.
And like if my team wins, I can celebrate my team winning, but at the same time, I'm not gonna like this guy on my team.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's probably how it would be like.
But what
but-
if he brings you a trip? Like actually brings you a trip? Would that change your perspective a little bit?
See, that whole ties into the whole can you separate the artist from like the person type thing. And I always said I could, but I guess when it comes to being an athlete, who you are is so much about your craft. Because like we tie like the personas of these athletes, like Kobe, like his whole personality and persona, that's like part of his basketball, and we love that, right? So like I think it's kind of really hard to separate the athlete from the person in this situation.
Especially if
Yeah.
yours is fucking,
But-
being a sexual predator.
Yeah,
Like
especially
22,
shit like that,
Even
bro.
if you're not guilty, it's like,
Yeah, just
This
like-
one, but I feel like you're a sexual predator, but like you're weird as fuck. Like
Yeah,
it's different
at
if
the
it was
same
if it was like a literal harassment in terms of like they're talking about rape allegations or like you put hands on a female. This shit is like, dog, this is embarrassing. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you have a problem. They for sure, and they have every right to get at you and
Yeah,
sue you for that
for
shit.
sure, sicko.
But
like,
this is
mentally.
more, that's why this is more like you weird as fucking a sicko, and you get off on that weird shit. So it's like I'm just looking at you like more, dog. You should be really embarrassed of this shit. A predator, I would like if it was a predatorial in terms of like he's actually he's putting hands on people, getting physical. To be honest, I would look at it a little differently in terms of like I don't even want to see that sick fucking.
Oh yeah, if he was like an actual like, I don't even like saying the word, but
more physical, hands-on type.
yeah, it's kind of hard to yeah.
like if he was an actual like assaulter, I want nothing.
It's
to
like
do with
it's like no one should put him in the league.
him. Like I know like somehow he got out of it legally. I'm not gonna get into it because he's known for blocking people on Twitter for even talking about it. But the quarterback in Pittsburgh, like I would not want him on my team. Like even back when he was good, like I don't want people like that on my team.
Wait,
bro.
what happened?
He has 2 rape
You're
allegations.
talking about
Ben Roethlisberger, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want that on my team. Like, to me, that's a flat negative no. Like, that shit is dead. Like, pedophilia, sexual assault, like, beating,
Exactly.
domestic violence. Like, nah, I don't like
And
that.
so shit like that, if it was the other way where like Genie signed someone like that, and then I would look at it more morally. That's why with this other weird ass shit, I'm like, okay, man, that's on you if you want to sign this nigga, but you know what he did. He's a weirdo. Oh, but you saying? Sorry, I
Oh,
can't
no,
hear
but
shit.
they're trying to normalize pedophilia.
They are.
Yeah.
They are, and it's really
And they're trying
crazy.
to classify it as like,
Why do you guys say that?
There's like,
because like doctors and it was like a TED talk, and this one girl got up on stage. I don't know her name, but she was just talking about how it shouldn't be classified as something that's wrong because it's just something that's in your head pretty much. Like you were born that way,
Yeah.
that you just like kids. Like it's not really your
They let her
fault.
give
They're
a
trying
whole
to-
TED talk.
they're
Yeah,
trying
it
to
was
compare it to sexual orientation, bro.
Yeah, versus like, nah, that's just not acceptable. Or give them safe places to practice pedophilia and stuff.
No,
like
like,
Okay,
even,
but what about like?
Yeah, whoever said that, she needs to have a kid and give them that. Give
nah,
the
bro.
kid
Like,
as the
if you
pedophilia
were a
safe
pedophile,
space.
bro, that's just something you just don't act on. Like, okay, you're a sicko.
You gotta cut
Okay,
your
But if
balls
you don't
off.
act on it, no harm, no foul.
Cut your
Like,
balls off, bro. Just
Okay,
cut
then
your balls off.
what about like other places in the world? Other places in the world, there's like women who get married at 15 or
Yeah, that's just
14.
bad, bro. Like, but at the same time, like,
But it's like it's not seen as pedophilia out there.
cultural.
But I think
it's
normal.
cultural because like they're
how do you-
mentally children while like physically like women, but Then it goes back to the cultural stuff like that, which is a whole different conversation.
But
I
what if all the
understand-
women are raised like that? Like this is normal in their eyes.
It
Like,
should-
how do you change that? How do you predicate that?
It's hard to go into a country and just tell them your whole belief is wrong, but like I don't know. I feel like outside forces could eventually just change that. Like you're gonna have to like change that, but you can't do it by force. You know.
Yeah.
But especially in America. Though.
And I don't think in America, I don't think the U.S. government is gonna go and stop pedophilia in other countries.
Yeah,
Now, it
just
has
so
to
I
be
know-
like
If anything.
it has to be like independent organizations, you know, nonprofits and things
By the
like
way,
that.
the prepubescent or for pedophilia, it's different. It's a little different from the 15-year-olds because it
Yeah,
has to be
yeah.
prepubescent. Basically, under 13 is
Well,
the,
there's
is the
third.
cutoff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, because 15 is like I get you
It's
know
like-
certain countries the customs are different and
Yeah.
shit, but nigga, you're not fucking marrying no 13-year-old, bro. That shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like,
But-
you see a picture of a 13-year-old, you're just like, that's a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
You
and
shouldn't have anything to say to a 13-year-old.
I know,
It's like
right?
40 or 50-year-old man. Like, what are you talking about?
Like-
there's nothing to talk about. There's no reason for you to be next to this fucking.
unless
kid.
like
nothing in common. Like,
at the most is high, at the very most, and it should end at that.
I don't know.
I think that's just not weird.
I don't know.
You know.
I mean, like,
No, that shit is actually sickening. One time, it's gonna sound weird. I don't even know how to say. All right, what does it sound weird? I was driving and there's a school by my house, so there's like, and I think that goes like grades, whatever, to high school. And I'm just looking around, and I think it was around the time I had just watched the R. Kelly shit. So I'm looking at all these high schoolers, and there's like high school, middle schoolers. And I'm just looking around at them, and I'm not that far out of high school, but I'm looking at them like, man, like all I can see is just kids. Like, how the fuck could you be attracted to a kid? Like, bro, it's a kid. Like, that's
Yeah.
the thought of it is just doesn't. Like, when you even just looking at, like, just seeing, these are fucking kids around me. Like,
Right.
I can't even think in that same way of, like, niggas is nasty as
But
fuck.
that's her argument
Yeah.
though, because in their head, it's not that they're nasty. They just grew up and weren't attracted to, let's say, people. I don't know, which is
That's fucking weird.
I don't
crazy.
give a, that's
Crazy.
okay.
Like,
I had
I don't know,
I had a
maybe-
rough childhood. I should be able to kill people.
no, but they're
Well,
saying
no,
they're
you're
saying
saying
that's
they're
just
born
how
with
they
it.
are.
They're saying
Like,
like that's just how they are. They can't help the fact that they're attracted to kids. Like, let's say they grow up.
A
start
lot of
watching
serial
regular
killers
porn.
are born with brain issues. Like, they have brain defects. But
So
I'm
do
saying,
we label pedophilia as
but-
like a brain issue, like a mental thing?
regardless, whether it is or it isn't, you know how many serial killers have mental? They're psychopaths, or they're what's it called? They're in psychiatric wards and shit like that. That's great. You can say, yeah, it's a fucking brain condition. But if there's a victim involved, no one gives a fuck about that. Would I beat your ass because of my brain condition? I don't give a fuck. You,
Right.
how are you gonna be? Which kid are you picking out for it to be a safe space?
Exactly.
You better have 5 kids and send them off.
Yeah.
Send them. Serious. If that's really how you feel, because that's just stupid as fuck. Like, how could you even just try to? I don't know. Fuck it,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Fuck it.
people
I'm getting
supporting
heated.
it, which is crazy as fuck. Like, you have people supporting it, like, that sounds about right.
other pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, come on.
It's
Is there
crazy.
any non-pedophiles supporting that bullshit? Like, real talk.
I mean, there's definitely like a lot of pushback.
I mean-
like saying this is fucking disgusting, but you got the Roman Church behind it, so no, I'm playing.
Bro, oh yeah,
I'll leave it
them
alone. They
Catholics.
probably funding the whole,
Yeah, that's
they
what-
probably funding both sides.
Bro, people just
You're
got
touching the
offering
kids in the
every
back.
week. That's where we're going.
bro, people just got too much time. Like, they have too much time to focus on the most random shit. Like, imagine you like 40 and you're like, yeah, man, I'm getting ready for this TED Talk. I'm about to give a big speech on pedophilia. And it's like, damn, like, do you work in the field of, like, were you a former police officer or something? Like,
So the whole-
how the fuck you just do a whole TED Talk on that?
So the person doing the TED Talk was pro pedophilia. Like,
think-
she was like supporting like the don't ridicule them side of it.
It's like they were anti-pedophilia, kind of sounds
Yeah.
like.
Mm, that's weird.
Kind of
as
like,
fuck.
this is why we shouldn't look at it as the way we do. Like, we should change the way we look at pedophilia.
Did she say we should look at it as an illness, or did she like?
I don't remember. I don't recall. So, like,
And I'm
Hopefully she said that.
I kind of agree with that in terms of it is a mental thing, because it's like, well, obviously, fam, like, you can't be normal and be attracted to kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, there's something wrong with your head. That's what you're telling. No. Stop being so hard on them. Something's wrong with their heads. Like, you didn't have to tell me that.
Exactly.
You just fucked a 7-year-old. You don't have to tell me that. Like, nigga, uncles raping their fucking nieces and nephews and shit like that. Like, bro, yeah, I figured something might be a little off up there, but I'm no doctor.
I just hope it's not more common than we think, and people just hiding it. I really hope it's like a very small minority
I
of
think
people.
it's hella
Like,
common. Is
I think
sex
it is.
trafficking
I
too?
think it is too, but I just hope it's not. I just hope it's like less common than we think.
Why?
There's a lot of pedophilia, bro. There's a lot, like, when it comes to, and that's why I was looking at him, because I already knew what he was thinking about. Because, like, bro, when you look at like a lot of, and conspiracy gives it a name, huh?
They silence Alex Jones.
Dude,
like, there's a reason for that.
There's a lot of, like, if you look up, and I don't want to say conspiracy with a negative connotation, but it's just fucking something that is not popularly known. But it's bro, there is a lot of pedophilia, whether it's speculation or not, bro. Like, there's a lot. Even I don't want to say Pizzagate because Pizzagate turned to like a dumbass meme thing. Just because niggas took it a little too literally. When dude came and tried to look for niggas in the pizza parlor, like they were just gonna have hella kids in the back in the fucking kitchen. Like, nigga, nah.
Yeah.
Bruh,
But
for that one, there's like this artist. I don't remember his name right now, but he like super famous. A lot of people sought him out. Really wanted his paintings, right?
you said super famous.
Super famous. Look up. Actually, you could probably look it up and find it. But it's like the conspiracy theory of like the red shoes, right? And what like the red bottom shoes mean. And how they had the same correlation like Wizard of Oz, but like how Wizard of Oz was talking about like hypnosis and putting you in a different place, right? But the red shoes resembled like the blood of the kids or something like that, pretty much. And so a lot of these famous people who they have a picture of like all these white dudes, and they all have like red shoes, like red bottom shoes or something like that, right? And so it's kind of crazy. But this artist that the pictures that he has, they're like little girls and kids like wearing swimsuits or something, and they have on red shoes and stuff like that, and it's like the craziest looking fucking art you've ever seen. Like it's like it just looks crazy.
Is it insinuating that like they wear these shoes to identify each other?
Kind of like it was a symbol of it goes back to another story from like a folktale or something like that. I should have it ready. I'm just talking off that.
No,
we
you
can go to something else, bro.
Yeah, that's
Talking
some
off
odd
that?
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you later.
For Stain.
It was
Let's
crazy.
talk. Let's talk about it. So recently, there was a. Let's talk about the doorman. Recently, 2 New York City doormen were fired after failing to intervene during a brutal assault on an Asian American woman. So in short, I'm not gonna read it off. In short, basically, another anti-Asian hate crime basically was taking place right in front of it was a hotel building.
Yeah.
Right in front of a hotel building. Yeah, obviously a doorman. In front of a hotel building, and basically there was a full-on video of her getting basically beat up and stomped out by a dude, and I think he yelled some racial type slurs at her, and then you can see in the video, you know, the doorman comes over, basically sees what's going on and closes the door, and they both got fired. What do y'all think about them getting fired, just or unjust?
Originally, when it happened, the media was portraying that they were security guards. So that at first I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, yo, you guys are security guards. Why aren't you guys helping her out? You guys are doing the job. But at the same time, if your job is to secure the fucking apartment complex, your job is to close the fucking door, you know? But once I realized they're fucking doormen, I don't think they should have got fired because they were technically doing their job. They closed the doors. These were the protocols that they're supposed to. Like I think somebody called into the Breakfast Clubs and said that that's what they're supposed to do. Like if there's commotion going on in the front, but as you just looking at somebody getting stomped, especially a fucking woman that's like helpless, and you're not gonna go and help, that's some bullshit right there, because like I think that just takes away from your morality. Like you can't even stand up for that. But I still don't think that they should have got fired. Yeah, nah. Just because they're doormen. You know?
So they were doormen of it was a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you don't get fired for that.
Yeah. You may be like, you're a weirdo, but you shouldn't lose your job over that because you didn't break company rules or anything.
You were doing your job.
They said he did break company rules.
By not helping or what? Not closing the door.
They put out a. Okay, fucking let me find it.
I did hear something that protocol was not followed perfectly.
That was their argument.
So why they fired them?
Yeah.
So they
Were they supposed to call like paramedics or something, or how are they supposed to handle it?
So they're supposed to. Well, at least from what I heard, I didn't hear about that other part. But about like not following protocol, they're supposed to just close the doors and then call the police. But then they went out there after she got fucked up. Like they went out there and then waved down the police. It's like you went out there either way. You couldn't just go out there a little bit earlier. Yeah. Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, also sometimes I'm not sure. This is me speculating that if you on company as an employee of a company and you like get physical with somebody, the company could be liable for it. So sometimes they train people not to like mess with that. Like I know people who work in like retail or something. If somebody is stealing, don't engage with them. Let them go. Or like even teachers, like they're taught to like if the kids are fighting, don't break them up. Like just call for help, like let them do their thing. So I'm not sure if maybe like that's what their mindset or something like that. But either way, like if you just see a woman getting beat down like that,
Yeah, man.
you just can't help but to help them. Like even if you're the non-confrontational type, like something inside of you at least gonna want to stop the guy if you're not gonna like beat him up or anything.
Yeah, at least like yell or some shit.
I'm not sure how old she was, but like yeah.
Oh yeah, I think she was like 60s type shit.
What?
Yeah, I didn't find
Wow.
the exact statement. They read it off though on that, but this one they basically said the Brodsky organization is aware of the violent assault on an Asian American woman in front of the 360 West 43rd Street. The Brodsky organization condemns all forms of discrimination, racism, xenophobia, and violence against the Asian American community. The staff who witnessed the attack have been suspended pending an investigation in conjunction with their union. The Brodsky organization is also working to identify a third-party delivery vendor present during the incident so that the appropriate action can be taken. Damn, no, I didn't find the full one, but whatever. Yeah, fuck them niggas. How the fuck you just watch someone getting beat up like that, though? Like, I get it when y'all talking about, like, technically should they get fired because it's like, it's a job and for following by the rule book. Hey, if I had the choice, I'm firing them niggas.
100%. Like, I don't want
bum
you
ass
guys.
Yeah.
Especially,
bitch asses
especially
outta
if you
here.
want the best employee, like I don't even like that nigga like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro,
why
but
would I
like-
keep him?
Look at this picture. Like, he's seeing her getting stomped. Like, she's still getting stomped, and this nigga is walking toward them to then close the
At
door.
that point, he looks like he's in on it, bro.
Oh God,
it's like for real.
Let's keep this up. Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro, and it's fucked up. Like, okay, first of all, obviously this is the folk we're talking about. These guys that didn't do anything to help, but it's just fucked. First of all, just seeing what's like, bro, in front of a hotel, people are beating people, like beating up Asian people, an older Asian woman right in front of a hotel. It's just crazy, like in public. And we keep talking about like, oh, people gotta help when this shit happens, but it's like, niggas don't help. Like, niggas are bitches. Like, seriously, a lot of people straight bitches, bro. And now I wrote it down last time. They're having this shit for awareness, right? It's called, they're calling it bystander intervention training. And they have a list of things you're supposed to do when you see something going on, like Asian hate crime and stuff like that. I mean, it's great that they're doing that, but if you needed to hear that, what's wrong, bro?
Yeah,
like, you don't know how to, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You can't at least call for help. I get it if you don't want to jump in, you don't know how to fight, you're worried or whatever, but doorman could have, hey, you can't be doing that over here. Hey, come on, like, you could call something out. And I think that's one of the shit they say, like, distract, intervene, whatever, all this different shit. It's like, fam,
just stop her from getting stomped out. Like, I don't, hopefully he at least said something. Like, at least, like, I hope he wasn't just watching there, like, damn.
No, he just went back in. He just closed the show. I think eventually he walked back out there, like, near the end. But no, he didn't do shit to help her, bro. Like, people, it's like, where are people's morals at? We're like, now we need training to just tell people, like, hey, help other people. Like, that's pretty much the sentiment. Help
Like, what if
other
that was
people.
your grandmother? You wouldn't jump in? Like, come on, bro.
Yo, what if it was just like a dude getting his ass beat? If it was a man-on-man crime, like, what would you do?
I
You
wouldn't
wouldn't
jump
even
in.
say anything.
Would you jump in if you saw two dudes fighting?
Now, probably.
I would if
I
one
would
dude's
say
getting
something.
really
I'd be like,
bad.
hey, like if he's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
getting
different.
fucked
That's
up and you guys
It's like, yo,
Once you
he's
start
getting
getting, once you
stomped.
start getting exactly, once I see the stomping coming is when I'm breaking it up. But
If it's a regular
If they
fight,
just
I'm like, nah, I'm
fight,
gonna
alright,
watch,
cool.
nigga. I'm gonna watch if there's
Exactly.
really dudes fighting, bro.
like, were you going to try to break it up to
Would you
random
take out your
niggas?
phone?
Nah.
Would you?
I'm not a fan
I feel like
of
I'm at the age where I
Probably.
can't do that no
I'm
more.
sending that shit straight to Grindface. Grindface, baby.
No, I can't. No, I'm lying.
Oh,
we
God,
did
nigga.
that at the with Lakers with the championship. I forgot about that.
Nigga, I got videos of you with your phone now.
Yeah, I was like,
man.
I would never do that. Not even a year ago, bro. I was, oh shit.
This one sucked so bad just to watch it because, dude, she was completely helpless. Like, there's nobody even around her. Like, nobody's even walking on the street.
But that's what I'm starting to get on is like the niggas that don't do shit. Like the ones that just aren't helping out. That's what's really starting to bother me because eventually like there's just hate in the world. And I feel like, all right, I'm going to be real. Like we've had times in the pod, like for all of y'all viewers at home, where like it's kind of difficult at times to discuss the Asian hate crimes in terms of like all we're doing is just discussing a fucked up thing that happened. And like when we talk about, for example, like black issues or different, we're talking about specific like systematic things that are put in place, historical things, and so there's more to base it off of. We can talk more about what we think should be done, but like when it comes to this topic, it's just like, bro, stop hurting these people. Like it's just crazy. You're targeting people that they're just getting hurt every day, and it's like I don't want to sit up here and like have this will be a great topic this week. Listen to this. It's like that's why we've kind of found where it's like I don't know, how do we present this in a way that's just being real about it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the news. It's like it's very uncomfortable to watch the news because it's always some negative bullshit. You know, and like watching constant negativity just malnourishes your brain. You know, and it's also they're like it's fuck. Like I just don't like how they consistently just put out the bullshit. And it's something that is important. Like that is something that definitely needs awareness. Like people are getting fucked up, and it's not easy to like sit here and just like try to give a perspective on it every time, every fucking time.
Well, it's like how many times can I sit here and just keep saying, that's just fucked,
and that's why I don't want it to be normalized. You know,
like, and the thing I really hate about it, it's not the first time an older woman has been attacked.
There's a lot.
No,
keep on attacking
keep
on attacking the elderly women. Like, yo, it's one thing to attack somebody because of their race, especially because they're a woman. Now you're attacking the old women, so basically you're going after the easiest target.
Bro,
it's just like
a lady last week, she got stabbed up walking her dog. She got stabbed up. A dude a week before, Korean dude, hit with a brick in the back of the head. Like every week, there's just new shit going on.
that shit's so fucking sad, man.
And it doesn't hit home until it gets closer and closer and closer until you hear like your friend's mom got hit or you're like it's just like fucking tough to stop.
And I think the only
She
thing
knows somebody?
She's just Asian.
the only thing I could say that's like of value in this, because that's another thing is like I don't, where do I bring value in this aside from just saying it's fucked up? We know it's fucked up, and the niggas who know what's going on, we're all gonna agree. Anyone who's on our same page mentally, people that probably watch, they know that shit is fucked up.
Yeah,
so it's like you don't want to be like a broken record, but
awareness is good.
that's what I was gonna say. The only value I can bring, I'd say, is like, bro, to all our Asian viewers watching, or anyone who knows Asian people, or just in general, if you know someone who's even just females in the family, like, bro, try to get them some mace, some pepper spray, taser.
Protect you guys.
Get them the stuff that they can
please.
have, so you're not a sitting duck, man. Like, even any females you got in your life, like, don't let them go out the house without pepper spray. Don't let them go nowhere without pepper spray, bro. Like, you gotta
get a taser too.
Yeah, exactly. Taser and pepper spray. You gotta protect the people you love, man. And I'm gonna give y'all a game about pepper spray. There's two types. There's a regular spray kind, then there's the gel kind. The gel kind is way worse. Like,
what does it do?
Because so the difference is,
does it spray out the same?
No, that's the major difference. So if you have regular pepper spray, you can spray it, but a lot of people they spray themselves at the same time because it's windy, different shit. And even if I spray you pepper spray, if you even get close to it, it's gonna burn. Now, so if I fucking spray this nigga straight up, he's gonna be fucked up. I'll be good, but my eyes are for sure gonna be burning. Like, it's gonna be painful. And also, if it's windy, it's not gonna get in the same. If you have the gel kind, it shoots into it as gel form, so it's like fucking, it's gonna travel. Basically, it's heavier. Yeah, it's gonna travel. It's not gonna be blown by wind or nothing. So
it's like shaving cream.
More similar to that. I'm not sure the exact texture of it. They call it just gel, but that's basically the premise of it, is that it won't blow. So probably is similar to like.
Hey, I want to ask a question though, for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes to like bringing awareness to something like that, right? Like, because I feel like I'm kind of like in a weird position, because I don't know what value I have to add to that conversation. Like, I noticed like on a lot of the takes, I kind of just quiet down because I don't know what to really say. Like, there's nothing to really say. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, I'm asking y'all, like, because I know when the black shit happened, like, I'm not really vocal about that shit either, for reasons, you know, like.
But like with the black stuff,
I think a lot of stuff got politicized. You know what I mean? And since it got politicized, it's like
it became a trend.
It became a trend, and it lost the actual value of what we're actually supposed to be talking about. You know what I mean? And it got put on the front burner, but I feel like it also got swept under the rug in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of stuff is happening. Like, I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but like a lot of commercials now and a lot of ads have a lot of black people. Like, I've been seeing a lot of black people on TV.
It's so hard to explain that to certain people.
Yeah.
Because I've tried to have and especially as people who are, not that we've ever fucking made commercials or filmed that type of stuff, but you understand that when you're creating something, if we're trying to film a shot and everyone in the room is whatever color they are, we know that we had to think that. You had to think about doing it, and you had to think about what it's going to look like. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's get you set up the whole room. And so, like, I was having a conversation, like, we were watching a show, and I might have been kind of wrong because it wasn't too much of this, but we were watching a show, and I noticed, like, the first episode, they cut to a scene that's just like hella black people. Like, there was just a lot of black people on the screen. Yeah. And you sound crazy because you're like, so what are you saying? They shouldn't hire black actors? And it's just, sometimes it's just like, I don't know if pandering is the word, but it's just, I know what the director was thinking. You see these commercials, so it's just like.
Or you have a black face at the end of the commercial. So, like, the last shot might be or it could be a whole fucking random shit, and the last, two people be black. Or you have
but it's crazy. It sounds like you guys are complaining about that shit.
Well, there's.
Because, and look, like I'm not saying that,
Right, yeah.
but it's crazy that it makes it look bad that you guys are trying to say something about that. It's like, isn't this what you wanted?
And-
isn't that what we need?
And
Isn't
it's
that the
the-
programming we want?
And
But
that's
it's
why
like,
I think it's also hard for white directors because of that. Like if you're a white, say you're not racist, but you just don't know, and but you meet those type of guys where like they're not racist, but they don't know how to act in certain situations.
Natural bias, like they don't know how to deal
And
with.
sometimes it kind of appears as that, but I see exactly what you're saying. And I was having that same conversation. I'm like, just sometimes things don't fit. I think it's more about feel. Does it feel genuine? Okay, for example, Fast and Furious, diverse as fuck cast.
Yeah,
It wasn't even a topic when that shit started. They just always fucked with black people. They had black actors, they had white actors, they had Asian actors. They didn't care. And I think Ludacris, or maybe Tyrese was saying like, this is one of the, it's true diversity. Like they didn't pick the shit and make us all have to do a certain thing, or it's just like right from the start. No, we're gonna have this guy here, this guy. Like they already had diversity. So I think it's hard to pinpoint like, because it's not exactly like you said. It's not like we're saying, oh, black. It's just sometimes when you're watching it back, you're like, oh, appreciate it. I get it. 2021. Thank you for. It seems like you're doing it for that. They're doing it to be seen as that.
It's like you're happy that you have black people with more opportunity, but at the same time, the way that it's looking and you know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
It's almost an art. It's almost okay. It almost looks like a token at times. Yeah. Like it's like just to say that they did it.
Here, nigga, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like. Is it more like marketing?
Let's
like,
keep the blacks happy. Keep the blacks
Oh,
happy.
My
Let's-
issue is
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Some of
it's
the
dope
feel
you're
of it.
doing it, but why didn't you do it before? So it took.
I don't know. When you say that doesn't sound. It's like, why didn't you do it before? Because now that they're doing it, it just that doesn't. It just doesn't look right.
No, but
you
like-
know, when you say why didn't you do it before? We're doing it now.
No, I'm like, so are you gonna acknowledge the fact that you weren't doing this, like you not hiring black actors and stuff? Are you gonna acknowledge that? Are you gonna acknowledge all the racism in the industry, or are you just gonna do this for now because black people died, it's trendy, you want to get on the good side, be one of the good old folks, like.
And it's such a hard position for them to be in because it's like at the same time I can see their mindset being like, what do y'all want from me? Like but it's just that's why it's more. Well, but that's the thing. I don't know in terms of like when they're like, oh, we're gonna hire more like black castmates. But if it does have that feel of like you were doing it, yeah, the black people will be happy. They'll like the show, or like people will like the way we're doing it. Like I feel like it's hard for them to find that balance. But then you have guys like, this is unrelated, not the same thing, but like Mark Cuban. When you've done enough for black people, you've worked with black people, black people just fuck with you. Sometimes you just gain merit that way in terms of the eye test. I always say eye test too much, but it's like you can just see where people is. Skip Bayless shits on black men all the time, all the time. Argues. But at the same, he got Shannon Sharp his job. He got Stephen A. Smith his job. He put them on and fought for them. So you can sit there and shit on LeBron every day, and I'm looking at it like I look at you as realer for that. You real as fuck, like, because you don't give a fuck who you talking to. If you black, white, Asian, Hispanic, I'm gonna talk to you how I feel. If we're talking basketball, I'm gonna talk basketball. I like that's when you have things that back up your credentials. It's like, all right, I fuck with that. Skip, he got a long leeway. Even I'm going on too long, but last thing. Go ahead.
I was like, here's why I'm mad about it, right? Because it's like the issue wasn't really solved in my eyes. You know what I mean? It's like you can't just throw a bunch of black people on TV and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like you said, here to be happy. But it's like, no, that's not what I really want. Like when I say I, like not,
Like superficial.
It is superficial. It's kind of like you said, take this, but that's not what we really needed. You know what I mean?
I feel
like a lot of stuff got emotional, and a clear message was not provided from Black Lives Matter, from anybody, because we don't have a central group to say here's what we want. Like here's us as a collective saying here's what we need in our communities for real. We might have leaders or individuals that come out and we're looking for one person to do it, whether it's Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, fucking Farrakhan, like they, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. Like we had these individuals, never a collective, never a group that can really come together. And when it is a group, it's demolished. You know what I mean? So for all of that to happen, and people call for social justice, and for people to call for bring so much attention to it, but not wasted. You know what I mean? Because now the social ideas, like everybody's okay. Let's be kind of careful. Like don't do nothing crazy because you might end up on, who knows? Like kind of watch out for them a little bit. Everybody's watching out for each other, but especially the blacks. Like kind of leave them alone a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the problem's not fixed. For real. We as a people are fucked up.
Yeah.
Like absolutely fucked up. And our news is fucked up. Like our culture is not. This is not even our culture. This is the culture that is given to us and that is paid for. Like Quavo and Sweetie should not be fucking news. Honestly, that is not black culture. I'm sorry. Like, I don't count that as black culture.
But do you count it as black love? That's what the viewers need to know.
Hey,
Adrian Broner ass out
so
here.
nothing's really fixed. You feel me? So it's like now for you just to throw me the commercial or give a college $200,000 or give a college that doesn't fix it, nigga. Like, fuck you.
Sometimes it is superficial. I feel like we're gonna keep getting deeper into it, but I feel like it is superficial. But sometimes I think about is it also that we need more black creatives in terms of, because at the same time, if I'm a white dude and say I grew up around all white people, whatever state, my story that I make is probably going to involve more people that look like me. That's just what they say, just typically. So I think part of it also is, and it's not a pass for the other shit we're talking about, but part of it also is when there's more black creatives, they're able to, they see things differently. We have a different story that we want to tell. I also don't like though that if there's like a black director involved or a black lead, it just becomes a black film. Like, oh, it's a black film. Like, no, nigga, it's just a film. And obviously, there's some black produced films where like the vibes, but like other shit, it's just like, bro, it's not automatically a black film. And last thing, that's why I like niggas like Steph for what you were saying, where it's like, or did I say Steph?
Yeah.
Sorry, Skip. Well, like what you were saying, where it's like, oh, I don't want to offend them, I don't want to bother them. That's why I love guys like that. There's certain white dudes, man.
You'll get respect
because he don't say the N-word. He's type. He would never let that word slip out of his mouth. And if his kid said he beat his kid's ass, but if you talk stupid to him, no matter what race you are, he doesn't care. And that's truly being non-racist. Like I had someone close to me who'd gotten into it with someone during the George Floyd when everything was going on, and that person was just tripping. Right? They were tweeting off all this stuff because they're both part of this group, and they were hating on everyone in the group. Then they're tweeting out hateful stuff, and then the person that I know felt so bad about it, and they're reaching out like, hey, I think it was misunderstood. And I'm like, bro, you can tell she's tweaking. Like, you see how dumb, look what she's posting, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're only giving this merit because you're just, at this time, the last thing you want is someone black having problems with you or like calling y'all racist, saying the whole group is, it's like, that's the last thing you want in this moment. But think about it, like, by doing that, you're having prejudice. Treat them like you treat everyone else. If someone's tripping, they're tripping. And then you don't have to, I love people that will tell you like, nah, I don't have to worry about being racist because I know I'm not racist. If you're talking stupid, I'm going to treat you like that. And I like people like that. That's just something to me. It resonates.
I have a comment to make on this. It does feel within the last year that it seems like African Americans and now Asians are getting characterized to a certain degree of not being human, but as this special group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like an endangered species type shit.
It feels like rather than approaching yourself as a human, as what you guys were saying, it feels like a lot of the stuff is now like emphasizing the need to like, okay, let's start making this seem like it's all about black culture, but in a way it's what you were saying. It's getting to a point where it's like, I get it and I'm happy that it's getting recognition, but at the same time, don't do something that's kind of like over the top because it does feel like it categorizes African Americans now.
And it also makes us look really emotional, like we cried for this, and that's
like you see the fucking NBA All-Star Game bullshit. You see that?
I didn't. What happened?
It was like this whole weird Black Lives Matter fucking event, like they had a whole obviously they got Common to do it because that's the only black guy in Hollywood that could do shit.
I like that though. I like the NBA going crazy though because the one thing NBA they have gone super crazy. Like Black Lives Matter on everything. They had I feel like they've rocked out. So that NBA zone's like.
I mean, like I appreciate them doing it, but to me it's like, what does this accomplish? It's just it's just a show. Like, we love black people.
But also think about, because there's so many millions, because for us, it doesn't mean shit, but there's so many viewers at home. Like, I really appreciate, like, during the bubble, because that's the thing, like, they go crazy over,
I fuck with during the bubble, though, because it's the freaking...
You're talking
about the All-Star game.
Specifically
for that segment. Thing.
It was cringe.
It was cringe as hell. They didn't really accomplish anything. Like, the bubble was great, because it was in the middle of all of this, and they're like, no, you are going to see this. Yeah. You people who hate black people, you're going to see this shit. I get that, but I don't need the whole freaking weird ass comment led ceremony, bro.
It's kind of like, what are they going to be thinking too? They got this thing. Yeah, we came from afar, and now we got a different star. Like I'm
black, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah,
so how can
no one trying to hear comments?
I'm just a pessimist though, because my thing is like, I don't want your first introduction to black people to be that.
That's what I'm saying. Who's sitting
no, not that individual thing. I'm saying that moment of like time in history, like. That is your first interaction to black people. And you kind of have to pick a side where it's like you either, and the way everything is so divisive now, you have two completely separate narratives that, you could really get caught in either one, where you either support it, where I'm all in Black Lives Matter. You see people with random motherfuckers with that shit in their Instagram tags, stuff like that.
The black squares and all that.
I love it because it made it not just our issue. Like everyone was forced to acknowledge like this shit is no joke. They needed to see shit like that. So I like in terms of that's a fucked up way to put it. I'm glad that unfortunately people needed to be woken up, but a lot of people got woken up. So I like when people had the Black Lives Matter in their bio. I'm like, oh, I know what you was on. I get it. Like that shit had you feeling some type of way.
To play devil's advocate a little bit, isn't this kind of like, isn't it still like a step in the right direction though?
That's why I agree.
I think because like I know it might not be the best introduction. However, it could push more people to go be the creatives that you're talking about, or go like that programming. You know, like kids can see more black people on screens. Exactly. Like definitely that helps too. I think that's really good. But the way that you explain like what the issue was, I definitely understand like that trending bullshit. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna pander. Yeah, I'm not fucking.
It waters it down when you make it trendy,
and that's why I feel like our overall sentiment is that things are, I don't want to speak for everyone, but like moving in the right direction in terms of like the awareness is as highest than it's ever been. Things are moving. I think we were just. And we're kind of nitpicking in a way. We're just talking specifically on some creative shit. Yeah, exactly. But I'm not. I don't want to leave it with like an overall negative perception, because I think things are, in terms of awareness, in terms of everything being pushed. It's just like sometimes, you see things that do look like a little superficial.
Yeah, but Black Lives Matter did lose its way, as a sense. Like,
I don't believe
it's just like it's now like, oh, Black Lives Matter. You have to pick a side. Are you for Black Lives Matter? You're not. And like, okay, I picked a side. I'm on the good side. And then boom, performance activism. To the fucking T. Like everybody got BLM in the bio, but I never hear you talk about black issues ever. That's the farthest you ever talk about in the fucking bio. That's it. Huge shit happening all the time. No, you're just at Starbucks posting your latte.
And I can't be mad at people for that though, honestly.
But what about they don't educate themselves on systematic stuff? All you want to talk about, this is wrong what goes on with black people. But like, do they know the actual systematic stuff? Do they know any history?
Educate yourselves.
Do they know why black people, why these ghettos are filled with black and brown people? Like, do they know, or in Asians in certain ghettos, like, do they know why there's a reason that the majority of whites aren't found in these ghettos? Like, why do they think that is? Why do they think that there's a difference in the level of, what fucking number do you want to bring up? We're talking money wise, or we're talking poverty levels, talking about government aid shit, we're talking about schooling. Like, come on now.
Like, it shouldn't. People in this country just accept the fact that white folks just have it better off, and oftentimes black folks have it worse off. And it's like, that's just the way the world is. And we're programmed to think, even though we know it's wrong, it's not really that wrong, because that's a reality. But no, there's no reason why all of my people are struggling and all the people are successful. That shouldn't happen. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Like, obviously, there is something affecting this. And people just don't seem to truly understand that, because we're just so accustomed to them being on top and us being on the bottom.
You know, talking about that, though?
What?
Like, I'm done playing the whole defeatist fucking mindset of, like, the white man's on top of me. Mm-hmm. Like,
he's not on top of me.
I'm saying, like, I don't know what the fuck you talk about. Like, I'm living a pretty cool motherfucking life. You feel me? Like, and I'm not saying that from like a selfish point of view. I'm talking about a mentality though. Nobody can really fuck with me like that. You feel me? Like, I feel motherfucking Hercules. Like, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Type shit. And him, I'll laugh at the motherfucking face. Like, you're not gonna tell me shit. But you feel me? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, but I'm not disrespectful. You feel me? Like, I'm real humble about my shit. Like, you know, but
at the same time, it's like, we have to know that. The dual conscience of being a black man in America, we have to know like certain things will happen to us, can't happen to us. People perceive it a certain way because who we are. But at the same time, we're not gonna let that stop us from achieving what we want to achieve. Like, we know, like, we can still, even though we have to put in twice the work, we can still get it done. It's not gonna fucking stop us.
I'm gonna be 100% like honest. Like, I feel like when we're talking about like these issues and we're talking about inner cities and ghettos, like currently. This moment, like, none of us is in the streets. Like, we not. So I feel like when we're talking about these things, we're talking about it because we're speaking for the people that are being afflicted in terms of, like, I mean, obviously black issues, no matter where you are, you're going to deal with certain things. But like, when we talk about people being in the ghetto or like why people are so hurt, it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to just be you personally. Like, the whole point is like, why is this happening to black people? Like, we need more black people who don't have to grow up in these environments. People need to be educated. So like, you were talking about how you feel like, no one's on top of you, but I feel like that's very true, and it's true because of where your mind is at, the way you're able to interact with people. When you can see eye to eye and communicate with anybody, they can't really walk over you, or you can sit there, white man, say whatever. But the problem is, in my opinion, when you look at all the systematic things that have hurt the black community, people aren't able to have those conversations with anybody. If you walk outside and you've seen people get shot, you probably only know one language. You don't know how to communicate. You can't go to that
Travel
office.
opportunities,
And when you do go to that office, you're like, man, they want me to be, man, they want me to act like a white dude, man. They want to act, you looking at it different. And we know people who aren't great, they don't communicate the same way, or, you know, like certain places, you're like, oh, okay, you're going to talk to them a little different, or like whatever. Like, I feel like that's the biggest thing is like us in the position of what we're saying is because we can see why things are the way they are. We talk about the different things that have put people in where they're at. So it's like, yeah, we got to be the ones speaking on it. If we feel like we can conquer everything, we got to drop the ladder for the people who put in places where they're not set up to conquer nothing.
I was about to say that because we're in the position to do that. Like we grew up outside of it to be not saying like they need the help or something like that, but they do need not to say like holier than now we're gonna help you out. Like here you need it because that's like you don't want that, but we have the position to say like have that education, have that knowledge to know I got to put this, like you say, lower down that ladder. You know what I mean? You climb up it, lower back down to help the people get up. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the capability to do it. You know, so it's kind of like that's a real good point you made.
Thank you, man. And you've confirmed I've been right all along, buddy.
You know,
when I said, we are the voice of the streets. Been told y'all this.
Fucking drop.
Been told you. Y'all was about to say break time?
Yeah.
Bitches since 14, bro. This ain't nothing.
Yeah, I've never done that.
All right. We are back.
I'd like to.
We are back again. We are back again. Oh, I don't have my shit on.
It
Feels like we were gone for like 10 years.
Yeah, it does. I feel like I just learn a little bit more about you guys every pod.
We give you little bits of information.
Just come back and more shit. Like, damn, that's how they be moving? Like, that's crazy.
All right.
Slap it again.
We're back from the break. We're going to talk about podcast type things now.
Yes.
Y'all ready to pod?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, great.
I thought we'd been doing it.
I don't know. So anyways. All right, so Paul Pierce, y'all probably heard about the shit. The funniest live probably ever done by a ESPN analyst. That shit was funny. So bro went on live for like 15 minutes, smoking weed and partying with some strippers, playing poker.
Like he should
dog,
be.
it was dead ass. I think it was 16 minutes and 50 seconds was the length of that live. That's a long ass live.
That is a long live.
As soon as I seen it, I'm like, dog, he getting fired. Like, no doubt. That one is you could see coming. And then all the comments were like, Paul, we can see the misery in your eyes. Like, Paul, this is all that. All the girls aren't gonna. I was looking at all like the comments in the live.
Paul,
That
where's
shit was
Rachel
funny.
Nichols?
Bro, I saw that they were saying that shit too. Oh, and that's why she started trending because
she trending because
Rachel Nichols, one of the biggest ESPN analysts, was trending because
Imagine
they
her
were.
seeing that shit, bro. Just like, really, nigga? You really
Wait,
got me
Rachel
trending?
Nichols was one of the girls that was.
No,
there?
she was trending. She was trending because they were saying something about like, where's Rachel Nichols at, or like, why didn't she get invited and shit like that.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Well, did he do anything wrong?
Nah.
He works for Disney.
If you have a job, like
yeah,
you have a job,
yeah.
Otherwise, like you do your thing, but like
if he didn't work for Disney,
I
he'd
think
be
he
okay.
was dumb to exploit himself. I think that's like the.
No, he did it on purpose. 100% trying to get out that contract.
He did it on purpose. Yeah,
to be honest, I mean,
why would he do
look,
it?
Here
He
is,
never goes on live, so why would he do it then?
Could have been faded.
and here he's definitely faded, but here his post, but he gets probably it's
this
not
is
like
all
it's
the
his first
time.
time getting faded. Like you fading just.
Probably does this shit every weekend.
He just wanted to be like Tory Lanez. He wanted to have a poppin' live.
So I see. Oh yeah, because of the fucking COVID radio.
Quarantine.
He's like, oh, we got strippers at this party? Oh, for sure we going live.
Yo,
He's
but
only showing that one.
So
stripper showing
he
that,
posted and he said, yeah, I think you might be right though about it might probably not or I think you were saying probably not an accident. He said, big things coming soon. Stay tuned to make sure you smile. # truth shall set you free. And then he said, I can't lose. Even when I lose, I'm winning. Wait a minute. What do you mean you
Whose bar
can't
is that?
lose?
This is a rollout.
Whose
He
bar is
said
that?
he can't lose, but even when he loses, he's winning.
No, it is a rollout.
So did you lose or not?
No, because he
You said
learned
you
a
can't
lesson. You
lose.
can't lose if you learn a lesson.
No, to be honest though, but do you think? Because you can't be that dumb. Like you have to know you're obviously gonna get fired. Like
Nah, bro. Because he tweeted the next morning, joking about it. He was like, "So did anything crazy happen last night?"
oh, he said anyone else
And
feel
he
that
doesn't tweet like
earthquake?
that. So like everybody knows, like he definitely did shit on purpose, bro. But it was fucking funny when I saw that shit on the timeline.
Hey,
was
I'm fucking
fresh.
with Paul Pierce. Respect is one.
Yeah, like, I don't like
you know?
Paul Pierce, but that low key changed my opinion.
Hey, bro, but that girl giving him a massage was weak as fuck, bro. I can't lie. I was looking at
The girl
that.
behind was pretty.
She was the
cool.
only one throwing ass, but the one that was giving the massage, she had a cute face, but she wasn't really doing nothing with the hands, bro. I kind of
Yeah,
He need to get some better hoes.
She was kind of clingy, you know, kind of like, hey, bro, get off me. I'm playing, playing poker and shit.
She's like
She saw that live, bro. She's like, oh shit.
classic
Like,
and shit.
she's definitely not gonna be massaging Deshaun Watson. She ain't doing it right.
No.
Probably better suited than a fucking sports masseuse.
Yeah.
Shit, honestly.
You want to do?
Facts.
Oh God, at least got some strippers. That's a little more
See,
common behavior.
we need to put some more respect on Paul Pierce's name. He from Inglewood after all.
Inglewood.
Hey, well, I don't want to take it there, but if we talking about how, no, I don't want to shit on Paul Pierce right now, but I could just know I
Why
got
not?
something
Fuck
to
it.
talk.
Why not? Fuck Paul Pierce. Go.
Well, I happen to know a fellow who's from Inglewood, went to the same high school as Paul Pierce, Inglewood High. And Paul Pierce, if you look at that same high school, no, I don't know if it's Inglewood High. I might be tripping. I'm pretty sure it
Yeah, pretty sure it is. I'm like
okay,
90%
it is. Okay,
sure.
nice. And they were just saying like, look, man, the school was shit. The bleachers were fucked up. He said if you go back right now, exact same condition. Didn't do nothing for our school. Didn't help nobody. And so I don't have nothing else to base it off of. But that's what he was saying. Someone I respect's opinion, and I was like, on top of the fact that he's a Celtic, yeah, I fuck it, chalk it up. But he recently got an offer from Cam Soda, so he's already getting business offers coming in. It said, "Dear Paul Pierce, I saw the news that you have parted ways with ESPN after you posted a video to social media of yourself with exotic dancers. Being that you are now don't start no shit with being that you are now unemployed. But anyways, being that you are now unemployed,
Let's sign up for EDD.
yeah, exactly what I was thinking. I would like to extend you a position at Cam Soda as our first ever NBA analyst. As our NBA analyst, you would be required to stream yourself live on our platform every weeknight and discuss happenings around the NBA, inside the NBA be damned." Oh, got it. Here at Cam Soda, we champion exotic dancers, cam girls, and sex workers. We would be more than happy to accommodate your penchant for women, and you'd be free to stream with them while they twerk in the background and more. We'd be willing to extend you an offer of up to $250,000. Get in touch with me, and we can discuss details and hopefully reach an agreement. Sincerely, Darren Parker, Cam Soda Vice President. Seems like a publicity thing, to be honest.
100%.
that's a real
That's not
shit.
a real offer, bro.
That's a stupid ass way to offer
They
somebody.
say we'll pay your pension.
And this nigga just put the money that they're the amount. Who fucking does? We'll give you $250,000. Like,
Fuck out of here.
and he said, "Get in touch with me, and we can just yeah, okay."
And the women are twerking in the back.
Low-key, if they launch it, I'll watch episode 1. 100%.
Oh.
yeah, I mean, you got. I mean, Paul
The
Pierce
whole
doing this
episode,
shit.
bro. It's like, this is the funniest thing ever, bro. Like, this
But
real,
Paul
like,
Pierce-
bitches twerking. Paul Pierce talking about sports. Like, what am I watching?
Paul
right
Pierce
now?
makes some dumbass takes, bro. So I don't even know if I could watch through it because he has made some of the dumbest takes like ever known to man. He's had a lot of them. I don't even. Can you think of one off the top of your head?
Sports analysts too.
No, he has really no NBA. No, he's known for having as an NBA player, former player, bro. Okay, I'll give one off the top of my head. When the Bucks lost the game 1 to Celtics, he's like, "I'm calling it. Celtics winning this. Celtics got swept the rest of the way," and that's a light one. There's a lot of really dumb things.
Oh yeah, that was like the biggest one.
What he said? Oh, he said he had better career than
Better.
T.
Oh my god.
He's an idiot. Oh,
He's like,
no, I
trash.
don't even know why I'm going
Give
so
me
hard on
LeBron.
Paul Pierce. Commentary wise, he be saying some idiotic stuff. But honestly, I don't know why I'm shitting on him so hard. I kind of like Paul Pierce.
Yeah,
I
I
respect
agree
him. I respect him because
He's the
they got
truth.
one. They got one. We got one. And I was in terms of like chips and seeing what he did. You got to respect someone that you went to war with. Not that I went to war with him, but you get the picture.
Yeah.
But you think you're gonna take the offer, or do you think he's gonna work elsewhere?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he
for
was-
sure.
He definitely.
FS1, here we come.
or something like
I
that.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
That wasn't. He was pretty much quitting, like publicly, like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah, I mean that is the one way to get yourself out the contract, and all you got to do is go on live, smoke weed, and probably
Yeah.
do what your normal Fridays like anyway. Hella
Exactly.
girls playing poker. I mean,
Hey.
it didn't look like no accident.
I would
Did
think
you
it'd
watch
be
the
more
whole
lit,
live?
No, I watched a lot of it, and like I skimmed through shit, but I wasn't gonna watch the whole thing because it was just all of the same. He's like, hey, yeah,
It wasn't lit
yeah.
enough,
bro.
And then
Yeah.
he's half responding. People like, yeah, man, I do what I want. Yeah, man, nah, you gotta just do your thing. But like his eyes, I get that he was probably faded, but in that moment when it looks like, and they're like, what is this nigga doing? Like, is he going through something? That's what it kind of came off as to me. Now after getting like more info, I'm like, okay,
You're
this is
saying he
probably
don't have
not
a
an
life.
accident. But it seemed like damn, you must be going through something, bro. Like just looking at his eyes. But then new perspective. I'm like, okay, he looked pretty faded, but at the same time, it probably wasn't a complete accident. You know what's coming, and especially like you said, he never goes on live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Pierce, the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
The truth shall set you free. Fuck it. You know what? I'm completely changing my stance. I'm fucking with Paul Pierce now. He got to keep doing his thing. I'm excited to see where he lands next.
I like it. I like it.
FS1.
Let's get it.
That'll be. Hey, you know what I respect though? No, not really, because it kind of just makes sense business wise. ESPN has not covered it at all. Like, there's no topic of discussion about Paul Pierce's recent actions and shit like that. Like, and it makes sense. One, Because at first I'm looking like, oh, they're not gonna speak on their own like that, even though he wasn't gonna employ. But also no, it just makes your company look really bad. Like how
There's
you
no
gonna
reason to.
We had our analyst the other day. Like, nah, bro, they talk shit about NBA players. They're not gonna talk shit about like if Skip Bayless slipped up and had some shit. Nah, no one's gonna speak on that. Like you can't do that. All right. Anything else about the Paul Pierce controversy?
It should have been more lit.
I know.
Should have been more.
I'm thinking Paul Pierce, multimillionaire, motherfucking Celtics legend. He only had like.
Are you saying that the strippers weren't up to par?
Honestly,
That too.
the ones I saw had no ass. The ones I saw.
He was only showing that one, and it was like one person saying "hey," but then the other girl was giving a weak ass massage. I'm thinking like you gotta have motherfucker like I don't know.
Hope they on the other
I think it should
side
have
or
been way
some
crazy.
shit.
Not up to par.
Where the thick red bones that cut that?
I gotta be better than that. I know Paul Pierce has been to some crazy fucking parties. That wasn't it though. I wouldn't put that one on live.
Yeah, from all
If
the
you go off a bang, go off like a really big bang. You know?
I'm going off
At
crazy.
the same time though, it's something light though, because he can still bounce. Like it's just really dumb.
Oh yeah.
But it's like at the same time, it wasn't too crazy. Like because if he was just smoking weed, that might not have been enough. Weed is legal. They're really gonna boot him. And he's like, all right, well let me just film. Got hella strippers, hey, and they're playing poker. It's like at least he didn't have to do.
Yeah. That's his one was like, we don't give a fuck. We're not Disney. Like
Bro.
we don't give a fuck about that shit.
I understand it on the corporate side, but like at least I guess the nudity or the women, like you see way worse on like music videos.
Oh,
so it's like I don't think anybody can really be mad at that. It's just the corporate. Like, I understand like you work for a corporate company, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
You work for Disney, like you said, so get the fuck out of here. You know, like you can do that.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
hearing some people like talk about it on their platforms, and there's like they just kept arguing about like what's he doing that's so wrong? Like you ain't saying that ain't you on the weed. It's like, well yeah, like but nigga, I'm not posting that for my job to see. If I had a fucking like corporate job or like any job, like you can use your own discretion and know what's cool and what's not with your job. And that's what I'm saying. Eventually it just becomes like, okay, well if this is so obvious to us, like come on, Paul Pierce is smart enough. Like he probably knew what he's doing. It sounds like it based off like his immediate tweets after he said, anyone else feel that earthquake? He said that right on the like the day of. So it's like, or it's in the day after. So yeah, I feel it. Probably is a planned thing. I'm curious to see what's next, or maybe he just wasn't fucking with it no more. Like he didn't want to work there. But
Nah, he has something in the.
I'm gonna say, can't you resign or something? But who
Who
knows?
knows? Keep the money if you resign.
I was about to say there's financing too, because if you get let go, they have to like do whatever.
If you
So,
pick the
okay.
contract, like take the money and shit.
Maybe that. All right.
Hey, did you guys feel the earthquake?
I felt
No,
the second one. Maybe the first one woke me up because the way sometimes the wind hits my windows and like it shakes. That's what my windows are. So I was like, okay, is this the wind? And it kept on going. I was like, oh shit, it's an earthquake. And I was in bed. I didn't feel like getting up. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay here. And if it shakes really bad, then I'm gonna get up. But like, the second one was a little baby, but like earthquakes don't really scare me anymore,
We're just so desensitized.
I just be waiting for it to stop. But we also haven't. Well, you a little older than us, so maybe. But you were a baby at that time, anyways. Because I was thinking like the '95 earthquake.
No, I didn't.
No, he wasn't
I
born.
wasn't even a baby. I wasn't born.
Oh, I'm
96.
because my oldest brother was a baby
Northridge.
and he's older than you. Sorry, that's how I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't had no like.
Don't call me
'cause
old. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, old nigga. Nah. But yeah, that's what even if you were, you'd be like a baby. But yeah, you weren't born. But we haven't really been through no crazy ass earthquake for lasting minutes long where shit's like falling apart. That's the thing, like
freeways.
So it's like you
falling
all chill, but like niggas from then had PTSD, dog. Like they were
Yeah.
freaked out. Like one person telling me like she touched a wall and the whole wall like disintegrated because everything was falling apart. I think structures are also better now from then though, but still, bro, that shit is if it goes for a minute, that's why I'm just.
It was a whole minute.
No,
The
it was
earthquake
minutes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Minutes?
It was crazy.
constant
Yeah, my-
minutes?
Freeways like drop like the whole freeway.
It's just not
fell.
stopping, bro. Like that shit's. That's why.
For an
Like,
entire minute?
for
For
me-
minutes?
for me, I can be chill. I look at earthquakes as like turbulence on a plane. Like when it's little
Yeah,
turbulence,
yeah,
you kind of you
basically,
get a
yeah.
little tight, but you're like waiting for it to end.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gone.
Perfect
But if that
analogy.
shit just keeps going from.
You're like,
That's when
okay.
I'm getting
The
uncomfortable.
plane fucking crashing, bro. I'm about to
Exactly.
die.
I
The
could
fuck?
take a little shake, but if it goes past like 20 seconds, nigga, like
Dude,
getting
literally, if it's
uncomfortable.
for minutes, bro, I'm like, oh, I'm about to die today. Like, this is the end of the
But
world.
then the aftershocks are worse than the original.
Yeah, bro, that's
So you gotta wait. So if it's a big ass one, you like, okay, hold on.
Well, they got us. They
That's the
they
scary
telling us to
part.
hide under the desk, get crushed.
No.
You know what they say? You know what they say is better. So say you had a surface like this. If the shit, say there's a more. Oh, actually, yeah, there is some of those. If the whole shit collapsed, right, and when it hits the table's gonna collapse. So you're just gonna get smushed. They say what's better is to actually lay next to it, so that if it gets hit, like say all this shit
breaks off or
falls,
something.
this breaks the fall. Other shit's gonna hit me, but the big chunk got broken by this. Now this collapses, so now it's like this just absorbed
Oh,
all
now
that
you
force.
have space to stand.
But because I'm not under it, I'm sitting right next to it, like right next to the desk and grabbing onto it. You feel me?
And it takes something to hit, too, because, like,
Bro.
let's say a big piece falls. It might hit
Exactly.
this and stuff.
It'll hit that before it hits you.
makes
That's really
And
smart.
This is why I'm talking about we bringing value.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Earthquake protection plan.
I'm so into this shit. I forgot we were potted.
Yo, this one time, like,
My bad. Go ahead. Nigga
one
shouldn't give
time
me the
there
air
was an
horn.
earthquake, and then I had my dick in my hand.
You was beating your meat with the
Yeah.
earthquake?
No.
It was a year ago,
That
like
me, that
at
was me
11 p.m. Yo, it was the craziest shit.
At the same time,
Did-
y'all was beating dick.
Yo.
Probably, bro. Honestly, if I've been the same quick.
Hey, be honest. Did you
What?
finish?
Nah.
You got spooked and it got small?
I mean,
You came back and finished.
yeah, probably I did that.
Bro.
Like, I was probably on a semi, and I was like, yo, maybe make sure, like,
You checked Twitter?
Nah, he said,
yeah, I probably did. I probably yo, was that an earthquake?
Nah, he
Like,
Checked with everybody?
nah, he looks for, hey, y'all good? All right, cool. Make sure mom's was good and went right back to
Oh, what I
it,
did
bro.
though, I was like, everything good. Take
Y'all
to
straight? You gotta
Check.
make sure no one gonna come to your room neither. So your dad would come check. Damn, is everything all right?
Yeah, probably like 45 minutes later, I probably went back, but like, I don't know. That shit was funny though.
That's some crazy shit.
I was mad though, 'cause I was right in the middle of it. I was like, God damn it, man. You
Huh? No, I stopped. I checked Twitter. I texted my friend, and then I was like, "Is there an aftershock?" And then there was no aftershock. Maybe a little
Like a
slight
light
rumble.
one, but nothing crazy.
But then I was just like, if anything, it got me into the motion.
Shit got
I'll
intense.
adjust. I'll adjust. I'll find the rhythm.
This dude's like, I swear I just made the whole house shake the way I was going at it.
Hey, there's some times that you be going crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
The ones that
I
catch
don't know
you
what
off
y'all
guard.
talking about. All right.
Where did that come from? No,
It's like hypothetical comedy style. Yeah, get up,
Hey,
boys,
you
don't
know
worry.
you was using the word last pod, and you said minute a couple of times. I went home. I looked up what minute meant.
It's like
I was
small,
like,
right, or
God
Like that,
damn.
man.
Value.
Exactly,
Oh.
man. I
What's
got
the
you on
value?
that. Sometimes I don't like when I use a word like that, and then I see like I used it multiple times, cause like.
This nigga just learned the word.
But it got stuck into my head.
Well, no, but then also like people watching, I feel like what if they looking like this nigga just keep using the same word? What does that even mean?
That
Like
too,
you
that
feel me?
too.
Like if they don't know what. But my nude's like, then again,
It's like
context
1/16,
clues.
you know?
Context
Yeah.
clues. All right, we're gonna get serious for a second, then we go in sports mode or what?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just tired of saying we gotta be serious about shit. We'll just talk about what
All
there
right,
is to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about.
Man, so
Derek
you know,
Chauvin case.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get him, bro. Just kind of, I've been watching the case.
That's what I'm saying.
and
When
just
you watch,
I'm like, I don't know if it's like they're leaning towards it, like, but
the
they're
defense has
like,
no case.
It's the craziest thing, right? Like
It was too loud. They couldn't. Too many people were around.
the argument.
He couldn't get
Yeah.
off his neck. Yeah, all right, bro.
But they literally have no. I've never seen it like this. It's as if like they weren't even lawyers. It's kind of like they went up there. I don't know how to describe it. It's like they're setting it up, not setting it up, but like, are they
No,
setting it
I
up?
think
But it-
even when the defense is cross-examining the prosecution's witnesses, it's like they're not getting any ground because there's not
Yeah.
much you can call the witnesses on. Yes, I saw it. This is what happened. I'm telling you exactly what the world saw too.
Yeah.
Everyone in this motherfucker knows what happened. I'm telling you as it happened, and you're asking it to me in every minute detail and shit. You know, you haven't could go detail by detail. What time was when you first showed? How often were you there? And you went to school. Like it's just so it's tedious to watch, but
It
like.
is.
You're like, and there's another one, tedious, huh? Look that one out.
Yes, titties.
But
Big word.
but yeah, it's
His
like
nipple sucked.
yeah, it's like the slowest process, but they're not getting anything out of it. Like
Yeah.
they're not. There's nothing you can really call someone on or slip someone up. And there was other details that went out, but
You see the
sorry,
black
go
guy?
on.
There was one thing that they're trying to really get into. There's like this. You can't really make out what he said. The defense is saying that he's saying that I ate drugs versus I don't do drugs, or like I ain't do drugs. And that's like the big one that's like, oh, if it goes what way. But yo, everybody, like, it's not looking good for Homeboy. And
Yeah, no.
that's good. Shit. I ain't ready for that.
Yeah, nah. It was crazy. They had the police director or officer, I don't remember his name. He was a black dude, I guess the chief or something. But they were just asking him like,
All the cops hammered him.
yeah, just like straight up questions like, so this is this is what's legal or what's not legal in your department, or this is what's acceptable. This is considered a crisis, or what you're supposed to do in a crisis. And it's like, did that happen? No. Like the way he said it was just so defeating. Like it's just like, yeah. So it's pretty much set it up so bad where it's like, okay, this is obvious negligence, like on everybody's
they're
part,
all
and
saying,
you're all gonna like,
yeah, it's against procedure. It's
Yeah.
against
Exactly,
The,
he was,
against
he was
the-
that's
giving
the
it up.
biggest
He was
thing.
just giving it up though. It was like, damn, bro. And then I'm like, yeah, they're definitely gonna lock him up now. It's just like,
And yeah, the thing is, like, sometimes it's annoying when you hear about the news because I'm watching, because this process is just so frustrating when you understand, like, it's not even a question. We saw this shit happen.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes for me, like, I don't have the patience when I'm watching the cross examination and it's just so slow and it's like, it just kind of, my impatience goes crazy because it's like, even that, like, someone's like, oh, did you hear like the police commissioner, even he, or not commissioner, police chief, even he said blah blah blah. I'm like, fam, we all saw this shit. What is he gonna say? That shit was part of the fuck. Then they're saying, oh, it completely goes against the training of how to subdue a fam, we fucking saw it. It was an execution. Like, what are we even talking? And so it's like
I
that
feel
doesn't
bad
hold
for
that
the
much merit.
jurors.
Because how could you say anything else, fam? We all saw the same shit. Have you seen?
I feel bad for the jurors because motherfucker, they got like 400 witnesses, and like this is not only the people at the thing, it's like people who watch the thing, and they're just hearing the same fucking story just on and on and on. It's like, okay, it's now because like one of the things in the news, they're like, oh yeah, the first day all the jurors were like really intact, and now they're really trying to like listen in and trying to zone into the thing. But now it's like you'll start hearing the same shit, and they're just like kind of losing focus. But it's blatant. You can't really argue that. But yeah, that shit, I would hate to be a juror for that one.
Jury. That's why people that haven't done jury duty, and I'm a pussy because I've never actually done it, but I'm talking about it. Yeah, I've never done it, but just if you know like court case and how it goes, there's a reason people try so hard to get out of it because like you're missing a week of work, whether it's compensated or not. Most jobs it's not unless you work for like the state. But also, dude, court is so boring. Like that's what I say. Like, but the thing is, it has to be tedious like that because the mindset is if we're doing this system properly in terms of innocent until proven guilty, the jury has to come in like they don't know anything, and all the information has to be brought in. Nothing can be assumed. Everything has to be labeled down. So the questions do need to be asked. So it's like, fuck, man. Like I would just. It's hard. It would be hard to focus for that long. I mean, you get bored, and that's why lawyers have to try so hard to like keep the jury engaged and make sure they're understanding the key points they're trying to show out or show to them because it's quick question.
And that's just at 7 a.m. yo, motherfuckers not.
In the 21st century, are those court systems? Do you think that they're outdated and need to kind of like be revamped in a way?
That's an excellent question.
100%.
Like, do you think like it's kind of just out the process of it, like asking all these questions, or is there a way to streamline this process moving forward, or keep it the same way for like how it's?
I don't think there's a problem. I think there's definitely issues in the court system, but if we're talking about that, it's like, well, if I'm being, it's frustrating in this situation because it's so obvious. We have it all on camera, but other cases, to be honest, like. With all the people that have been wrongfully convicted and bullied into conviction and bullied into taking plea deals, I think that's the real issue in the system is how if you don't have money, you're pretty much fucked. Like if you're a kid, didn't grow up with no money, you're accused of something, they're basically like, all right, cool, you could try to fight it with your public defender who doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. Like there's cases where the public defender is literally like, I mean, it's horrible the way it's set for public defenders, but cases where the guy literally make racist comments to a kid in Louisiana who was being charged and he ended up doing 7 years, then they exonerated him, whatever, and he got out eventually. But it's like everything is rigged against you. You have no money. You get a public defender who's basically like, yeah, we should take a deal. Otherwise, you're probably going to get 10 years. Yeah, I saw the case. You're going to get 10 years. Oh, you could take the deal. Maybe do 3 years. Or they'll tell you, yeah, you're looking at life if you try to fight it because you're going to get the maximum. But otherwise, why don't you just settle, just confess, and you'll do 2 years and you could get parole after one.
Like, it's quicker for them too.
Shit like that, exactly. So people, you have no chance. When you have money, you have so much more chance. So like that's the issue I see in the justice system. As far as the shit being tedious, it's like I guess it should be. If you're trying to send me to prison, this shit should have to be tedious. You got to prove every detail because you have to prove without a doubt that someone's guilty.
But it is antiquated. It is antiquated. Like, do you think there's a way like nothing? You still like you sound like you.
I see what you're saying. Like some of the stuff is like common sense type stuff. Is like
that's how the law is born.
You know, in France, it's actually. You know how we're innocent until we're proven guilty? Mm-hmm. It's actually guilty until proven innocent.
In France?
Yeah. There's different.
I'm not going there. So I'm not going there.
But you'd be surprised because like that ain't even the worst of it. Think about like, remember you talking about how women be getting stoned and shit for like cheating on their. Yeah. Some countries like it ain't even like there's no system. Like you did what? Okay, yeah, you getting stoned.
Yeah, we'll just deal with you.
Stoned, burnt alive. That shit's crazy, dog.
And I bet if they do have court in those countries, it's not going towards the woman's way. For sure. It's rare. Like, I bet motherfuckers is not trying to do it.
Do y'all think
we should get back?
I thought your point up, bro. I was like,
do y'all think we should get back to feeding people to the lions?
No.
Oh.
No. Let's say it's like a super terrible cases.
Yes.
Let's just say like as Americans we all agree like let's say because we're all fucked up anyway, right? We like a little violence, a little craziness, you know. Let's say we're all like a law or a bill where if we have a super fucked up dude, we could feed him to the lions.
I'm down.
And just televise it and have like a whole fucking thing about it.
I'm down.
You would televise it?
And let
not
the kids watch
it? I don't know, but I think would it deter crime? Would it deter crime? As a kid growing up, if you saw a dude get his fucking arm torn off or something, would you do the crime he did?
Nah. But
I
at the
mean,
same time,
I don't want to get traumatized either.
If we fed them to the lions, a lot of people will probably not do that shit. You probably think twice about shooting up a school or something.
Yeah, you would. You definitely would think twice.
Last person did this got fed to lions. Should I really do this shit?
Nah, I ain't down. I ain't with it.
But but at least, but if they did it that way, as long as they did it the same way that they do death row, in terms of like, there's usually a big ass window in between, just in case. Hopefully, there's time if people that are that are not actually guilty, they have time to be proven differently. You know what's interesting? If we're kind of talking about jail a little, or like that punishment a little. Do you ever feel like when you hear about a serial killer, like you don't really get that much gratitude and think, or like satisfaction when you hear about them like going to death row and shit like that, or like, oh, he's gonna get executed, because you're like, oh, he probably don't care.
Yeah, I'd rather have him in prison. I feel like prison would be worse.
The thing is though, you on death row for so long, like you basically get both. You in prison for hella long.
You can sit there for a minute.
Yo, but about your lions, feeding them to the lions case, but you see how fucked up the justice system is. Like, what if the wrong person gets fed to the lions? Like, what if,
No, it has to
what
be
if
like-
somebody...
extreme
like-
case,
The wrong
like
people get the death penalty too, though. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's kind of the same.
Exactly.
I'm not
Sometimes
saying
people will just get death penalties and it'll be fucked.
no, he's saying like
You know?
extreme
I'm-
cases,
yeah,
like,
but I'm saying-
school shooter, mass murder.
Or
Like
just
we
like,
all
we
know this
all
nigga did
know.
it.
But I'm agreeing with
Like
you.
Hitler, we got
Okay.
Hitler, but
That's
like
what
we
I'm saying.
sending him to the lions.
There's not
Okay.
much difference between them. It's just a different way of dying.
Yeah.
Because we already have death row, and
Exactly.
technically, yeah, you could be falsely
but
accused.
one's torture.
Okay, yeah, exactly. It's definitely a meaner punishment, but in terms of like, if we're debating on the death penalty in terms of, oh, like only if they're really bad, but it's like, well, the death penalty is only if they're really bad. Like you got to do some shit to get the death penalty, and then yeah, obviously we hope that the system is right and that you're not innocent, but it's like it's one and the same. It's just one's a more fucked up punishment. Which if you killed hella people, you rape hella people, and you get fed to the lions, yeah, I mean,
Like we have a vote or something. It's like the upcoming fucking not purge, but like purge for the court system or purge of the lion or something like that.
I don't know if it's great for humanity though.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's promoting. It's promoting violence and just
Man.
showing the motherfucker get his arms ripped off, which is
Humanity's
fucked up,
already
like-
fucked anyway. There's no point.
Yo, there was this one case that it was this dad and his daughter went to a Dodger game, and they were just chilling. Yeah, so it was a Hispanic dude and his daughter. They went to a Dodger game. They're having fun, and then I believe they were shooting the show Entourage that day. But the guy that went to the show, I mean, went to the Dodger game, he ends up getting arrested because somebody believed that he murdered somebody else. And they have a witness. And this dude, he's shitting bricks. Like, he's about to go to fucking prison for the rest of his life. But this motherfucker got lucky because, who's the guy on Entourage? The main guy? The guy from Seinfeld? Is it Larry? No. But
David?
yeah, I believe so, something. But he was shooting it. Dude, that must be such a scary feeling that you're getting stuck on. So since they were filming the shit, they found out that he was at the game, because they were trying to make it seem like he was somewhere else, and he
I heard about
she
this.
pointed it out. Like, she pointed out him out of all the people that was in the selection. So that's why he was getting convicted. And this motherfucker's like, yo, I just brought my daughter to the fucking baseball game. But thank God Larry David was shooting the shit, and they saw him, and that was his liable shit. Like, whoa, how would you feel like if you're getting convicted for the fucking wrong
accused
crime?
basically.
Yeah.
How would you
Charged.
feel? I mean, that's like a terrible
Not
feeling.
great.
Forget what I'm saying. That's just like a terrible feeling.
I'll probably
like,
take my life. Not gonna lie.
No, well, you're getting
Yeah,
charged. so you're not-
If it's like looking real bad, I'm not trying to. Like,
There's
do
always
that.
a way out, bro. But
No, if it's like real bad, like
Like you're gonna get convicted. You
Yeah,
think?
I'm
Well,
definitely
wait till
done.
you get convicted, and then just like bang your head on the table really hard.
yes, I meant like I'm not gonna like do it in the fucking process, bro. Like if I'm like like boom, it's done. Like I'm going
Cams.
to jail. Like
Go ahead.
yeah,
Keep your
like
thing.
it's like oh I'm going to jail. Like this is really happening to me right now.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. Like the evidence is damning somehow. Like I might just fuck it.
yeah, but a lot of people go to jail for like a good amount of time, but then I mean end up getting out. There's always a chance, I guess, to get out. Like you don't have to kill yourself before you go. I mean, I don't know.
The way I see it, like, do I really want to go to like 25 years of jail just to come back and my life sucks? Like,
Yeah,
what's the point of doing that shit?
Yeah.
Like, my life's over already.
and but I mean, like that dude in that situation, like I wouldn't feed him to the lions. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
that, like if you're just
But if we didn't know about the case, and he did a malicious murder, like he fucking tortured the person, and that's what he got accused for, and then he gets convicted for it, and then he gets fed.
No,
to
we
the
need more
lions.
it gotta be
How would
national.
you
It gotta be
feel?
national type.
We gotta need like
Okay, he killed like the fucking president.
Same thing with the death penalty.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Same thing, but just more theatrical, more dramatic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it though.
I think the death penalty is kind of weak because it's like it's just giving them a way out. I think prison and putting them with the people is a little worse.
See, I've had that mindset, right? But then I've like, you know, I always be researching weird shit. I like just thinking the human mind. And that's what I was asking before when I was asking, do you guys ever feel like, because I used to have that feeling like, well, you're just putting them out of their misery. But to be honest, bro, like you'd be surprised what it feels like to be treated like an animal. You're kept in a cage for so many years, knowing you're on death row. You're treated like shit. You're literally an animal. Like you have no control in the fact that they're gonna kill you. And like, dog, them guards will tell you like,
you'll fuck up their
no,
mental.
them niggas are crying on the way down there. Like all that shit, like you want to see in terms of like they want to show you nothing or that they're bothered. You just think, oh, he's crazy. Like he doesn't care about his life. Nah, dog. Like a lot of them, they're doing everything they can to get off death row. They're trying to. That's what they want. They literally want to be taken off death row and just to be in prison the rest of their lives. Like so, they're literally crying, fucking fighting their asses off for that, making appeals and shit like that. And then a lot of them, they fucking cry on their way to their death row shit. And hearing that is like, honestly, dog. Yeah, like that's straight. Like, because some people, there's shows on Netflix of like guys on death row talking about it, and they're talking about how the feeling of like you're treated like an animal, like just knowing you're gonna die, man. Like I value life, and some of them have found different things, and it's like, well, yeah, now you're gonna have to die, and you gotta look that in the face and know that you deserve it. Yeah. But imagine what that must feel like. The government or like the state is literally mandating, like, yeah. This guy got to get killed. Like, kill him, like, and it put him to sleep like a dog. Yeah. That shit fucks with people's heads. So that actually, it does give me a little, I guess, satisfaction. You know, you want to see some type of repercussions to people, and sometimes prison doesn't seem like enough. After seeing stuff like that, I'm like, nah, dog. Like, and even if they don't feel shit, man, they gone. I'm not gonna carry no negative or no energy based off that. Yeah. It's like, you know what, man, they off this earth.
So you're like a fan of psychological torture?
No, I'm a fan. No, I'm a fan of just like, you know, usually
be a little masochist.
Actually, no, but to be honest, I'm a fan of fairness, man. Like these people, when you do shit like that, it's like, dog, yeah, we want to see you face repercussions, man. Especially the niggas that be smiling in court, looking at the family of the person they like raped and killed and laughing and shit. It's like,
oh yeah,
dog, keep that front for court. But when you walking up to your death, let's see how you walk. Yeah. You better be walking upright and proud. And some people they have their little last words before they get executed, and they talk their shit or whatever. But a lot of them, man,
what they should do for situations like that, they should have to give the family the option to execute them.
Nah, because then you're putting that burden on them, like, because you want to. I think
no, give them the option. You don't have to. Just give them the option. Like, if you want to
press the button or something.
But then they gotta live with that though. Like they gotta live with the fact that they sought retaliation and not forgiveness.
Nah. If somebody killed my mom, I fuck with it.
You were like, give me the button.
I'll smash that shit, my nigga.
He's like, and not regret it one bit. Come on.
And not regret it one bit, bro.
Bring out the lion.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. Yeah. Pull the trigger, green light him.
Yeah, bro. Like,
yeah, nah. When you said the mom shit, nah, because honestly,
like, that's everything, bro. Like,
bro, I am like the most like clear-minded when it comes to like my parents. Like I will kill anyone, like dead ass. Like when I even picture like shit like that going down, or if we out somewhere, like nah, my mindset is literally like nah, like I'll literally just kill or be killed. Like, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kill. Like I'm really gonna
go to that side, like that side of the
like
brain.
This, you know, otherwise, you know, if you're like a level-headed person, you weigh different things. But there's certain things like
you're like, no, you got
certain things like it's not even a question. Like I will have no second thoughts, no second guesses. Like nah, bro.
That's how I am, because I'm normally like chill, level-headed, don't like confrontation. But my mom knows whenever somebody like disrespects her or does her wrong, she tells me after they're gone, because she knows how I act every single time, bro. Like she knows that shit. Like
fucking issue.
Dead ass, bro. Like I almost tried to fight her boss once. Like it'd be different like that, bro. When it comes to your mom, man, it's like that's the one thing that can set people off, I feel like.
Unless you hate your mom.
Yeah.
Unless you hate
Unless
your mom. Unless you're Eminem. Then it's your girl. Hey, then if she hate her, then it's probably your daughter.
That bitch now.
Hey, everyone got different moms, man, honestly. Because some people I can't, like when you meet a person that's like, nah, I hate my. Sometimes it's more like I feel bad for them because like they'll tell you about some real shit that happens. It's like I just feel bad for them because obviously it's like everyone, you want to love your mom, take care of your mom, but some relationships is different, man. If you got abused and shit like that, we getting a hella off track. But anyways, man, my fault.
We start sharing our traumas and shit. Like like so this one time,
it's like a child called it.
All right, y'all trying to go? Could we take a break so I could use the restroom real quick? I got a tinkle. I drank a lot of water.
I'm down.
We'll just go without you.
All right, y'all start sports. Go ahead.
Nah, we're gonna go.
And we're back. Oh, and y'all played me, bruh.
You just not putting it.
No, when I was in the bathroom, y'all before in the break were like, dude, they already saw your eye. It doesn't even look that bad. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, so y'all, oh no, shit good. Y'all niggas had me potting,
I noticed.
looking
it
like
too.
a fucking
I was
wreck.
like, oh, he took his glasses off.
Y'all made me start feeling confident about it. I'm like, oh yeah, my shit's straight. Did I do my clap? Did I do the clap?
Nope.
I didn't even put the earphones on.
Yes, sir.
If we keep the clap is so that I can get all these cameras nice and synced up when I'm editing it for y'all. Because I had some clips where I just did the clap. One of them, last episode, I did the clap, but we was like mid-streaming type shit. And like, it just looks so stupid. Like, this nigga's talking, you just see me out the blue. Dude, it's a tough edit. I'm like, okay, let's just cut out. What was he saying? Was it important? Should I just cut that shit out?
That's so funny.
Too many dumbass things to think about that you don't think about unless you like actually do them. All right, wait, we're not ready. On the sports, hit him with the pose, Dale. You know what time it is. Yes.
Travis, Tori, and Sakib debate the hottest sports topics.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude.
Tune in soon at the Really Good Podcast.
And next week we have something new in store with you. Paul Pierce will be joining us as our
Paul
newest
Pierce!
agent.
And he's bringing the hose.
He's bringing the hose for them. I don't know what they Hey, but
He's like,
for
"Get
real,
the horn
for real
for
though,
that."
I think I'm gonna be next to offer Paul Pierce a job. I'm about to tweet to him. I'm gonna be like, $50 a night. Get in contact with me if you want. We love what you're doing now that you're unemployed.
Yeah.
And hit him with the spiel.
He'll repost it just to be funny.
I gotta put that on IG, man. Yeah, fuck it. Well, we'll get him here, guys. Maybe through a Zoom call or something.
Yes.
All right, so sports mode. What are we talking about? There's a certain chubby man back in the league, and I'm very happy for him. He is 5'9". Is he 5'9" or 5'10"? I don't know, but he
He's
carried.
listed at 5'9". He's probably shorter.
Yeah, on God. Well, he's 5'9" and whatever inches, and he carried the Celtics for a period
Nate
of time.
Robinson.
Got an hip injury, and then went over to Cleveland. Cleveland didn't work out. It's a sad thing when NBA players push through injuries and then it hurts them in the future because they're still hurt. He went to Cleveland, and then he went to the Los Angeles Lakers. Then he went to Denver, and then he was out the league. He got chubbier as time went on, but the man is back in the league. He's looking good. He scored 8 points his first time back. Dale, tell him who I'm talking about.
He talking about the man, the myth, the midget, Isaiah Thomas.
Is he really back in the league?
Isaiah Thomas, he with the
I
Pelicans
did not
now.
know who you was talking about the whole fucking time, so I'm really like engaged.
You
I'm
like that?
Oh,
You
you
like
guys killed that.
I was like,
Who they talking about?
I was thinking like, oh my, that's not J.R. Smith, because I'm thinking like I saw J.R. Smith on the front page. I'm like, okay, but who picked him up?
The Pelicans.
Why?
Okay, and
Oh.
I'm not hating. I'm not hating. But okay, when he was out of the league, I felt really bad, right? Just
Yeah.
because he's out the league and he was balling 40
was
with the Celtics. As years have gone on, and I seen him get a little chubbier and shit. I'm just looking like, bro, honestly, the league is the league. You got niggas 6'7", 6'6". You got 7-footers that can hoop, dribble, shoot threes. For me, honestly, as someone who didn't make it to the league, I'm like, you're 5'9", a little chubby. Like, I'm not feeling that bad that you're not back in the league. Only because it's just like, dog, if you're 5'9" and I'm a GM, I'm not sure if I'm just trying to pick you up. Like, it's one thing when you come in the league, but if you already been out the league, it's a tough sell. Either way, the Pelicans did it, so I'm very happy for him, man. Clap it up.
So is he coming off the bench?
Yeah, he's coming off the bench, but, and again, I don't want to hate.
He's a vet. That actually might kind of fit. Like,
Yeah,
Maybe a spark plug off the bench type, you know?
Yeah.
Get some guard play. You don't have
Hopefully-
to play Bledsoe as much. He's kind of ass.
hopefully he does well. Okay, but let's be real. Like, if you're the Pelicans, what's your opinion on this? Because they were talking about all these moves. They have Zion. I mean, they have talent on the team. They have multiple All-Stars. Lonzo's looking like a fucking beast, like I've been telling y'all for years. We're clapping it for Lonzo. You know what the fuck going on? Lonzo balling this bitch.
Where Travis was right.
But yeah, exactly. So I've been telling y'all about Lonzo. So either way, they have all this talent, and they're talking about possibly moving Lonzo, doing all this different shit, and then the pickup after all this
is
is Isaiah Thomas. So what do you make of that, and what do you think is looking like for that franchise going forward?
I think they keep Lonzo Ball because
Fuck yeah.
I'm the GM, bro. If I see this, like, Lonzo, him and Zion are a great fit together. And if I'm building around Zion, I should add players that fit with him.
Yeah.
And, like, why not? He's talented, you know? Like, there's no reason not to extend him, especially when you're giving fucking money to Steven Adams and shit. Like, so obviously you don't give a fuck about money. So what other reason why not to keep Lonzo Ball? So, like, I can see this team
But in terms of Isaiah, though, what do you think about just the
He's just
addition
there
of
for the
Isaiah?
year. He's there for the year, you know.
Yeah, that was one
The
of
body.
Yeah, that was interesting to me. I mean, I'm honestly happy for him. I feel like it sounded like, I mean, we were definitely kind of shitting on him earlier, but just from like a basketball standpoint, like more so.
I'm
but
happy for him. He got hold by the Celtics. We had talked about
the
that shit
Celtics
more.
shit was bullshit. I didn't like the way they did him at all, but it's an unfair game. And then, yeah, that Cleveland shit didn't work out. What were you saying?
Do the Pelicans have an opportunity to get like a superstar in the next 2 or 3 years?
Potentially. They have picks
They'd have
and
money.
they have
Do they have
guys that
money?
can trade.
Okay, because I'm thinking like Isaiah Thomas, he's a vet, right? I think they're gonna keep Zion. They're gonna keep Alonzo. Do they still have Brandon Ingram?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're just bringing on Isaiah, who's a dog, you know, but it's still like he's gonna teach him, kind of like coach him in a way. If they can get a superstar in the next like 2 or 3, why like you have a fucking all-star team? You
I
feel
think
me?
he's only there for. Oh, I mean, they could always resign him.
But he's just there to train him.
So he's
type
like
shit.
a
He's
mentor, locker room
like a
mentor.
way worse Andre Iguodala, you know what I'm saying? But like that role of like he's the old guy now coming on, train the young guys. Maybe they see something in Isaiah Thomas's game that Lonzo can learn. Maybe like who knows? Like kind of have him there coaching, teaching, hanging around. You know?
I never thought about that. It's actually
well,
good.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
We'll see how he does going forward too, because he had 8 points in his first 10 minutes of play. He only played 10 minutes, but obviously, like if you haven't been in game shape, you're not gonna get minutes. So I'm not really looking much into like the low amount of minutes. I'm sure it'll go up. I'm curious to see what he does, man. I'm happy for him getting the opportunity, and I'm just hoping he balls out. I was only saying before, just as like I don't feel as because like other guys like Melo. That shit was bullshit. Like Melo needs to be in the league. There's no reason anyone should be getting a spot ahead of Melo in terms of all the people in the league. Yeah. He needed a spot. The only reason I'm looking different with IT is like, come on, I mean, dog, you're 5'9". You looked a little out of shape before you're out the league. Man, he got hella chubby, bro. But regardless of that, you're just a 5'9" dude.
Man,
I'm
really
just
body shaming this dude,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
as an NBA
like, he was a fat ass. Yes.
Yeah, NBA guys, bro. I don't have that much sympathy, dog. Like if you getting fat, you getting fat. We can see it, and it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, if you're supposed to be competing at a high level, yeah, I might look at if you're in shape or not. Yeah.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you blame the Celtics for their decision regarding Isaiah Thomas?
I don't blame him. I just think it was fucked up.
So kind of remind me again on the entire situation.
Please.
So and Isaiah Thomas, the height of his career,
Balling out.
he was
he was
last year's
killing,
contract,
right.
impending free agent,
MVP conversation.
MVP candidate,
Right.
took his team to the conference finals. He's basically saying, yes, I expect to come back here and get paid a lot of money because I earned it.
And he got that playoff series. He played a game and went off literally the day after his sister had died.
The day
yeah.
of.
Yeah, yeah.
The day of.
the day of,
The
that's
day
right.
of. His sister died. Cried on the court before the game. Balled out. Dropped buckets. His tooth getting knocked out in the game. Fighting through it. Like, he played his ass off.
He meant a lot to
played
the
through an
city.
How many
injury.
drop, yo? That he must have
Like
dropped
29 or something like
But he
that.
was-
Fuck
Yeah,
outta
he was
here.
hooping, though.
No, he's getting a lot of 30 pieces. Like he's
Okay.
he's
Yeah, he was hooping.
Oh,
hooping.
like some nice
And
30
then
pieces.
he played through a hip injury, like a really bad hip injury. And then like the hip injury, then they traded him for Kyrie.
Oh.
And then he come back, so they just ditched him after all that shit he went through for them. And then after he played through the hip injury and like it ruined his career, he was never the same dude ever again.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he played on the day of his sister's death, played through a debilitating hip injury, gave it his all. He was getting ready to get paid. He trusts the organization. They just ship him off like
They
nothing.
didn't pay him.
Well,
They traded
him. He went to Cleveland. And also the fact that you're getting sent to Cleveland too.
To die.
Yeah,
but
but LeBron was there.
LeBron was
LeBron
there.
was there, but there was thoughts about LeBron potentially leaving.
I think
Which
the
ended up doing.
Celtics did right.
Yeah, that's I can't knock him business wise.
As a GM, what do you
Because they
do?
traded for
Yeah,
Kyrie
yeah.
Irving.
Dude, Danny Ainge is known
You
for
got
making.
fucking Kyrie Irving.
Dude, Danny Ainge is a trade monster. He makes nonstop trades, so it's like that's why I'm saying like he meant a lot to the city, and that's really the gist of that. Like I think it was fucked up, but were they wrong for it?
No.
I mean, if you're getting calls that Kyrie is asking for a trade, and Kyrie wants to come down and ball with y'all, and y'all
He
are
actually
getting
didn't though.
Yeah.
He
Oh wait,
didn't.
nah.
But he
Boston was
wanted
on
to
the
be, he
list.
wanted to be traded though.
Yeah, he wanted to be
sorry,
traded.
so not directly to them.
Yeah.
But he
But he was cool with it. Like, it's a good team, so like fuck it.
Dude, that
that would have been a cool ass team. I
They
really
just-
fuck
they
with
fell
that,
apart.
But
They
they
didn't
didn't
mesh.
I
But
feel like their offense.
It will end up actually hurting them business wise because
Yeah.
a lot of players don't fuck with it. Like Anthony Davis's father. When Anthony Davis was gonna be, everybody knew AD was gonna lead the Pelicans, right? Because they're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And the Celtics literally reorganized their entire rebuild on the chance of acquiring Anthony Davis.
Mhm.
So when the Lakers wanted him, it was like, you can't get him because the Celtics have more assets than you, which they did at the time. And then
Yeah.
Anthony Davis's dad came and said, we're not going to Boston because what they did to Isaiah Thomas, you could print that. Literally text that to a reporter. And then basically Boston's like, yeah, we can't trade for him. That's how he got to the Lakers. So like
Yeah.
that shit really did ruin the way people perceive the organization.
That's another thing. Like that's why it's like business wise, it might not be wrong, but other players are seeing that.
Yeah.
Other vets are seeing that. That's part of the issues in New York. We've seen how the Madison Square Garden treats their people. How when Oakley came back and how he got treated. When
And then Patrick Ewing too.
I was about to say most recently Patrick Ewing. It's when they see how you're treating these legends and you're treating them as they're on their way out and shit like that. Yeah, people do business with you a little differently. So in that regard, I agree.
And
with
the
you.
Lakers, I remember when we signed Kobe to that contract, my reaction was like, damn, I thought he would take some less, but like I can't be mad at it. It's Kobe at the
48
end of the
mil?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like everybody said it was a stupid contract. Like it was at the time, but the Lakers said no, we need to show that we treat our stars well. And you best believe LeBron James saw that shit. You best believe that because they're just saying, oh, LeBron just wants to go to LA. Then how can he go to the Clippers? They were there. They were a better team at the time. But it's like, nah, like the Lakers organization gets it.
It's a class organization. But you know what I love about the Lakers organization is like there's also a pride to it. Because you remember that first year, no one was high on Bron. The media was shitting on him. You could tell no one was happy because the year looked horrible. He wasn't controlling the game. It looked unengaged. Everyone was seeing it. He had low lights. But at the time, remember after that offseason, it started coming out that Jeannie Buss was furious over what had happened with the whole AD situation, all the drama that had been stirred up by basically LeBron. She was furious. It came out that she had thought about trading LeBron. You know how fucking crazy that is? Yeah. The owner literally came out and let it be known that she had thoughts of trading this nigga. But at the time, and LeBron has said it, what I learned from coming to LA fans don't give a fuck about what you did before you got here. And that's very true. What have you done? Are you going to win us a ring? Are we talking contention? Because right now, we don't care that you just put up damn near triple-double every night. He was like 27 something and something every night. We don't care about your average. We care about eye test. We've never cared about stats like that. Like, obviously the stats matter, but you put up 27 blank and blank. Obviously, there were great numbers for anyone else, but we weren't winning games. We're looking like shit. And obviously he got his injury and stuff like that. But regardless, we care more about the result. But then now, I'm bringing it full circle. Now that he's done his shit, won a ring, they asked Jeannie about it. How do you feel about Bron? Oh, we'll have him for as long as we can have him. Like as long as we can. Oh, and another thing, they didn't take the coach he wanted. Remember he wanted Tyronn Lue. It was in the bag. They said, fuck you. We don't really care. We don't want. They said, we can have you. You can stay here for as long as Bron's here. You can just sit here and coach Bron. That's a slap in the face to a championship coach. They knew he wasn't going to say no, so they went with their guy, Frank Vogel. Regardless, they weren't trying to please Bron at all, and they were making it known it's not your franchise. Now the tune is, Bron, we will have him for as long as we can have him. You know, he says he wants to play till 42. So let's try to have him till 42.
Yeah, he's one of our guys now.
You get the keys when you show up and you produce. So I love that in terms of class organization and the same way they blessed Kobe with that 48 mil. I fucking love it. I don't care that we were asked those years. I don't care that it salary cap. He took. There was a lot of that. I don't care. We honor our legends. We honor our vets. We had a whole year that was just about celebrating Kobe. No one gave a fuck about D'Lo. No one gave a fuck about Julius. Fucking parade the entire year of just celebrating our legend. Yeah, if you're a legend, you go win us a chip. All respect to you.
Did you cry watching that 60-point game?
No, I had too many people at my crib to cry. Too many people were there, so we were turning up, bro. We couldn't believe it. It was. Were you there? You weren't there?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, what a bum! You didn't slide. But it was lit though. No, we were just so fucking hyped, like, because you wanted him to play well. Yeah. And so coming out the gate,
he started off
clanking.
bad.
He was clanking, and then he just went straight Kobe mode, bro. But like, to be honest, as much as I believe in Kobe and I like he's my superhero. At the time, when you see him go to the bench and he's fucking exhausted, he looked like he was his age. He was fucking dead tired. Yeah. I'm worried, like, bro, like it's the game is the game. Like his shot, bro, he was not missing. He didn't like he would look so dead in the timeouts. He comes out, he's still hitting. Then he hit the gamer to send us up. So it was just unbelievable. Because as a Kobe fan, I'm worried for him. Like, oh man, I hope he does well. Then when he's looking tired as fuck, the whole arena's going crazy. It's like, bro, this is gonna be so bad if he misses his next 3 shots. Like, I'm worried for him in that way.
Oh,
now that's what I mean. Like, obviously he's my superhero, but realistically, as someone who cares for the guy, I'm sitting there like, God, fuck. Like he looks tired. Like I don't know, man. Maybe someone else get a bucket.
Yeah, don't go outside.
Man, Kobe's the man, bro. But even when he was hitting,
where were you guys at?
He just looked hella tired. Daddy's crib.
Oh, your crib, obviously.
That's why I sound fucking slide. So. All right. We should probably talk more sports now. Again, we can just talk about Kobe forever, though, man. I can't lie, bro. I can cover Kobe forever.
Let's talk about the.
And I know I got a question for you.
Okay.
Because I could go on about Lonzo for a while, but y'all probably gonna get tired of that. Because shit, when someone's just right and they just keep telling y'all how right they are, man. No,
Yo, he wrote Lonzo in caps.
I did write Lonzo in caps.
Everything else, 9 caps. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I'll stay off it though. I mean, he did just light up KD. He did just light up KD, but it's cool. You know, he got a little bucket on him. But anyways,
he gave him a nice bucket.
He was hooping, bro. Like one in a single game when you have 3-4 highlights coming from Lonzo, and the game before he hit 8 threes, 27 points. Man, you know what time it is. But all right, I got a question. We going Luka or Zion? And by the way, I asked this because recently ESPN published their ESPN top 25 list. It was top 25 under 25, and it's not just about where you're at now. It's about overall future projections. So they put Luka first, I think Zion second, LaMelo third. Let's talk about it.
I'll take Luka for longevity for sure. Because like Zion, just
Luka over Zion.
Yeah, just because you don't know about injuries in the future. Because obviously, like he has a different type of play style. Luka stays reserved as fuck. He's not doing like a lot that's like fucking up his body or anything. He's not trying to go bang out on motherfuckers. If anything, he plays the game even smarter.
He's in slow mo. You're not gonna get that hurt.
Yeah, he just be going in. But Zion, like. Of course, I would love to have Zion do this powerful, but like once he develops like a shot and all that, it's like ooh.
That's what some people were saying. Their biggest thing of why they were taking, I think Chris Broussard was saying like why he would take what's it called, Luka was because of the outside shot and shit like that. But although Luka's crunch time numbers aren't great though, but I feel the same. Sometimes it's like stats are stats, man. He's gonna take it anyway, so it's kind of hard to gauge, but Luka, he has that 3 ball, and he started out the year shooting like shit, but the last 2 months he's been over 40% from the 3-point line. Nice. He's brought up his season average to about 38, but it's only been going up because he came out the year shooting like shit. He could not find the 3-point ball. But the thing is, Zion, he takes 0.5 threes a game. So in that regard, you're missing out on 3-ball. But I really feel like he can develop that shot, man. Because when he's open, and last night he had a clutch one, a clutch ass. It was a wide open 3, and they gave it to him. But they're only giving it to him because if I know the guy doesn't like to shoot threes, let's leave him on the island, see if he hits it. And obviously, when you know he's a fucking bull driving into you, there's not much you do to stop him. So it's like, we'll give him that. But I think he can develop that shot. If he developed that shot and was a 40% 3-point shooter, would that change your perspective, or is it still more the longevity?
I feel like if he develops the shot, he'll probably change the way he'll play a little bit. You know, like as players age, they'll stop using their athleticism to like score.
Oh, so you're saying that in terms of like longevity?
Yeah. If I'm really taking them as an organization, I would definitely. Yeah, but if he does develop a shot, I think I can fuck with it.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Luka's still. I feel like Luka would still be longer because like he just doesn't play like
a longer career.
He's a guard, you know.
But I don't know.
But it's a weird guard. He's slow guard.
But if I'm drafting, and he's big too. That's the thing. Slow and big. He's
really like he's great footwork.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like if I'm drafting, it would just be hard to take Luka over Zion. To be honest, just and it might be more the hype playing in. But just in terms of, and I know it's funny because last week the whole time I'm like, bro, he's not LeBron. And I was kind of shitting on Zion. But honestly, it would be tough for me to not take Zion over Luka, just because like, bro, it's fucking Zion. Like, give me Zion and then let's find someone that plays like Luka. Yeah, you can't find me another tank like that. You can't find me someone just taking niggas off the dribble, just bully ball into it. Just and we liken him to Bron, and I do see the similarities. In terms of that, just the way he can get downhill, get to the rim, the athleticism, stuff like that. But he's not that great of a defender. Luka does average more rebounds than him, one more rebound. But Luka's always averaged more rebounds. Like he's never. Luka averaged 9 last year, 8 this year. Zion averages 7 rebounds. So Luka does a lot better than him right now. But he's also. They're not that far in age. Actually, I think Luka's 22, Zion's 20. Okay, so 2 years does make a big difference in basketball, though, in terms of how much you can progress.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, the NBA will figure out Zion like next year?
No,
because there's just no answer. He's becoming more and more unstoppable now.
There's some players that like you just can't do anything about. He's like a perimeter Shaq, bro. Like he's just unstoppable in the paint.
That's the best way to put him.
And he can handle it. He goes to the perimeter. I can get to anywhere I want to on the court because I'm fast and I can dribble the ball. And like. He doesn't shoot the ball. he can, but he doesn't because I don't need to shoot because I can get to the paint whenever
Exactly.
I want.
He makes it,
When he shoots threes, like he's not great. But he's like 34%. It's not good,
not
but
terrible.
it's alright.
Hey, that-
In college, he was shooting them bitches.
Exactly. Remember that first game he played? The
Yeah, he
first
made
game
4
played,
threes his first game.
He hit 4 threes his first NBA game.
Yeah.
So it's like I really think he could shoot them. I just think that like you have your style of play and your tendencies, and I think he's just always trying to get downhill and trying to get to his left. But he has such. The thing is, he has counters though. When people try to sit on that left hand, because everyone knows he wants to go left. Now he has a good counter where he can cross you up right. So he's really taking people off the dribble. And the thing is, when you're able to use your physicality, it doesn't take much. Like me just getting a slight step on you, because that means that by the time you recover and you get exactly that bump is gonna send your ass flying. And even if it doesn't,
I'm dunking.
even if it doesn't, yeah, he can literally. He's a beast at this. Here's the thing why it's so unstoppable. You can have the greatest position, but does your position really matter if I can just jump into you,
To the other side
bump
of the
you?
room.
Not even he'll jump, bump, hang in the air, and then just finish it. It's like we talk about Kobe and MJ, how they would just jump, hang, even if the defense is perfect and there's nothing you could do. Imagine this dude's a fucking tank just jumping into you at the rim, and he literally can finish it. And if he misses it, he'll get his own board.
His
Add that to his 7
athleticism-
boards.
His athleticism just doesn't make any sense. Like for somebody that big, like he's listed at 270, he's probably more, and he's fast as fuck. He jumps higher than anyone, and he has great body control. He goes into Rudy Gobert, lays it over him like it's nothing.
Well,
like
I don't know if that's the best example, dog.
I mean,
Rudy
Cause
Gobert's a tall
I
motherfucker.
saw Westbrook do that shit to Rudy Gobert too. I think everybody gonna cook Rudy.
actually, but like he, like,
nah, I feel you.
he's in his defense, he's arguably the best rim protector in the league, and he attacks him like he's a fucking scrub, bro. Like he's different.
Yeah.
I remember in college, he was down 3 in a tournament game, and he just dribbled into Taco Fall, who was like 7'7", finished over him. Like it
Nothing
doesn't
you can
matter
do.
who's in the paint. I mean, he's gonna get to the paint, and he's going to finish, and he has playmaking abilities too. Like he can hit the open man. Like he's unselfish, and I've been really high on Zion since I first saw him at Duke because I'm like a former Duke fan. And when I saw him, I was like, yo, that's like the next one. Like no fucking doubt about it. And he just has all the tools to be being great defensively with his size and mobility. So he really has all the tools. He just needs to develop and put it together. I really think that he could be better than Luka, but I would probably take Luka just because it's a safer bet.
like longevity and yeah, I feel that. I mean,
Yeah.
Luka he's gonna be around, man. He's only getting better. And yeah, Luka, he's some stars. It seems like they pass off their losses or they're able to kind of cut ties with their be like, nah, whatever. That was there. And this Luka is like his personality seems like he really stomachs those losses. Like it eats him. Like he wants to be better so badly. And like the thing is, like Luka and one person, people make argument. Luka dragged that Dallas team to the playoffs. He's getting them in the playoffs in the West.
Yeah.
Dallas, but yeah, in the West. Meanwhile, you got Zion, who's also New Orleans.
It's in the West as well.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going retard mode. Oh, shouldn't say
No,
that.
it
Sorry,
makes
I'll
no
bleep
sense.
it. But
There's more teams west of New Orleans that's in the Eastern Conference.
oh, see,
It's just dumb like
I'm
that.
a smart guy. See, but so yeah, it's like in terms if we're basing them off success, it's like to be honest, Luka does not have another All-Star on his team. He doesn't have Bi. He doesn't have one of the greatest, probably like closest things to Magic Johnson and Lonzo Ball. So it's like if you're basing it off that, it's like I feel it. But at the same time, he's been hella hurt, hella injured, and that doesn't help his case. But in terms of their success, they got a lot to figure out. Also, I'm not sure if Stan is the coach for them.
Yeah.
But all right,
Ingram might not be a fit with Zion too.
Ingram, I don't know who he fits with entirely. He didn't fit with Braun.
Yeah.
He was never gonna fit with Braun.
It gives me like a Westbrook KD vibe. The fact that Ingram is best with the ball in his hands, Westbrook is best with the ball in his hands, but they're not the best player.
Yeah, and Ingram. Remember we used to call him like a Walmart KD
Yeah.
and stuff like that because it's like KD, he's so perfect because so perfect. That's
that
why it does sound
sounded
weird. But not like perfect as a hooper in terms of like you're 7 feet. Your 3-ball is fucking lights out cash. No one can contest it. Your mid range lights out cash. No one can contest it. You could do everything on the floor.
And you got
but
a little floater.
He's so efficient.
Yeah.
That's the thing because Bi. He's not as great of a shooter, but his mid range is amazing. He's gotten really. He's all-star. He's an amazing player, but in terms of how much he needs the ball and his usage rate, it's not the same. Like KD, imagine you put KD could fit anywhere.
Yeah.
Whatever amount of touches you get, take off add one miss to that, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Give me 5 shots. All right, I'll probably make 4 of them. If I miss the 5th, my bad.
Like-
Should have given me more shots.
Like, just give me 15 shots, I'll give you 28 points. Just be like that.
Exactly. That's why Brandon Ingram, it's like similar in terms of skill or like aptitude for that skill set in terms of the length, his
Yeah.
shooting ability,
But
but
play style
he has
different.
like a slower
Exactly.
shot.
He does.
Sure.
KD got that quick release, deep range.
Yeah, I like
Man,
that.
Kevin Durant.
KD's so perfect, man.
It's gonna be crazy seeing him go to the Hall of Fame. It's gonna be like that's fucking KD.
KD? Yeah.
That's gonna be weird.
Especially like being a player that you've seen kind of like watch and
grow up and
from
stuff.
Texas
Yeah, like,
and
it's pretty wild.
Yeah. All right. My last thing, and actually, no, you was bringing this up. Do you think there's any chance? My bad. Do you think there's any chance of LeBron and Stephanie Curry ever teaming up? I just be wanting to shit on people when I pod because I only call him Stephanie when he's playing like ass. I fucking love Steph, bro. He's been balling. I fucking love him.
So little backstory. The Warriors suck. They're really bad. The NBA this year expanded the playoffs that the top 10 seeds have an opportunity to make the playoffs. Like 6 through 10 have a play-in tournament. That basically the lower seeds have to win 2 games and the higher seeds have to win 1 to move on to actually make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So it's easier to make the playoffs this year. And the Warriors still might not make it. Like they're probably going to fall off. And like Steph Curry is having an amazing season, arguably as good as his unanimous MVP season, and they suck.
Because they have Kelly Oubre on their squad.
Yeah, and people think Klay Thompson, just wait for Klay Thompson. Like, is Klay Thompson coming off 2 serious injuries, the ACL and the Achilles? Is he going to be the difference between this shit team and a contender? Probably not. So, if you're Steph, do you really want to spend the rest of your prime years wasting away
They would have
on
got
the Warriors?
They'd be in the playoffs though. You don't think they'd be in the playoffs if
I mean,
Klay, even if at post injury, say somehow he was back this year, like fast forward to next year, you don't think that's like automatic in the playoffs? To me,
yeah,
honestly,
but they're not a contender though. Like
Contender,
they have
okay,
no
gotcha.
chance beating us or Brooklyn. Hell, like I don't think it's beating Philly,
I see what you're
Milwaukee. Like they're not. They're just fucking the Portland level at that point.
So you're saying because of that, you think he might slide over down our way?
I mean, if you're a competitor like he is, like, are you satisfied of just not having a chance to win a championship every year? When all your peers, LeBron, Durant, your peers, they're competing at the highest level. People you know you're better than competing at the highest level, and you're just like, I'm trapped.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, first of all, you just had a 5-year run of dominance over the league, and then on top of that, you just know it's his home route. So in terms of just the emotional, like I get business wise if you just focus on chips, but I think also like he is also focused on legacy wise, and like for him, it's different with Bron because he already been bounced around and moved around. Same with KD. But like when you're someone who started with the Warriors and you've made your whole legacy built off the Warriors, you mean everything to the franchise, to that fan base. Seems like they have a good relationship with the people there, or Myers and all that. Bob Myers? Yeah. Good relationship. You love the coach. It's like, dog, I don't know, and like his family's situated. Like I feel like it would just be so tough, man. Like I feel like he would probably rather grind it out than to like ring chase at this point in his career.
I feel that, but
like he's free to leave though. I feel like Steph is free to leave.
That's why it's not wrong to leave, but I see all the reasons. Like I just don't see him actually leaving.
Like nobody would blame
Klay,
him for leaving, but like I know he wants to stay there. But so did Kobe. But then again, I feel like Kobe didn't play for legacy. I feel like he honestly played just to win.
For legacy.
I feel like he just played to win, like dead ass.
No, but win in terms of legacy. You know how many times he talked about like if I all right. So when they first lost to Boston, right?
Yeah.
Every single day they played Don't Stop Believing. He would wake up every morning and play Don't Stop Believing before his workouts because he wanted to feel that pain. Because he would, and he'd been on the phone crying with Ron Artest saying, like Ron was saying it hurt his soul so much because he was the only Laker. Because remember, his whole thing was legacy. I want to be the greatest Laker of all time. I want to be better than Michael. So his whole thing, he was so. That's what I love when we was talking about Luka. How some people they can brush off their losses. Some people they stomach them. They sit with them and it fuels them. Kobe was saying, he was so heartbroken because he was the only Laker to ever lose to the Celtics in a final. Like he was the.
He's the one not to beat them or something?
Yeah, exactly. To never beat the Celtics in a final. And then, so even after they won against the Magic, it still always hurt his heart because it's like, I've let down this Laker legacy. And like, he wanted to be the greatest Laker of all time. And like, that shit, it ate at his spirit. But that's why I love hearing that shit afterward. And it's like, man, that's why I love that. That's the sweetest ring for me. That Game 7, just ugly ass game, but that chip against the Celtics, man. Sorry, I got off topic.
No, that's all good. I was talking about the game all day. I was actually with Ryan and Melvin, backstage crew. We're watching the highlights together, just reminiscing about the good old times.
That's an ugly ass game, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the way they play back then, it's so crazy. Like niggas in the paint fighting over offensive rebounds, just throwing bullshit up, getting more offensive rebounds. Like nobody's shooting threes. Niggas playing hard defense in the paint. Like. They would leave niggas open for the mid-range, bro. Like, they just didn't guard them. Like, the game has just changed so much, but I miss it, though. I love that, like, physical intensity type of basketball.
Motherfuckers fighting Ben Wallace out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That shit, bro.
Hey, last thing about the Warriors, while we're talking about them, is, did you hear the statements Kelly Oubre said?
Yeah.
So they were talking about Kelly Oubre, who's been fucking trash all year. You're fucking man. That pisses me off because as soon as Clay went down, they got someone like and Kelly Oubre had been looking like he was getting better and better and better. This guy's ready to start. He can really be helpful, man. He's looked great on the Phoenix. He looked really good in Phoenix. That's the main thing. He's looking great. He played with Wizards and shit too, but Phoenix is where he was starting to blossom. Comes to the Warriors, fucking garbage. And I've been telling y'all, garbage. All he does is clank threes and shoot up bullshit floaters and miss. He'll make some dunks. Literally, if it's not a dunk, he's probably going to miss it, or he might have made the float. I don't need this fucking guy just because now he stopped shooting threes. All he'll do is just bang and throw up an ugly-ass floater. Regardless, they were talking about him in the future as Clay gets back and stuff, and they want to get more people possibly coming off the bench. He's like, I mean, it ain't really up to me, but you know, I got a lot more to offer than coming on a bench role. So I don't know. We'll see.
But you're playing like shit.
Well, and even aside from that, you know what they said in the locker room to him is someone on the Warriors, I'm assuming it sounds like some Draymond shit.
It's probably Draymond.
Came to him and said, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Andre Iguodala came off the bench. The finals MVP came off the bench for us, and you're Kelly Oubre. You too good to come off the bench?
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, yeah.
That sounds like Draymond.
And you garbage.
Exactly right.
But that's facts. I'm so glad someone said that. Don't let it fly by because it's like, that's hella disrespectful. Like, I have much more to offer than a bench role. What are you saying about a bench role anyways? Like, Andre Iguodala had to humble himself because he was a fucking star in the league. He was getting older.
Yeah.
And
he didn't like it either.
He was, at first, remember he said, that first chip, he said, what do it mean if the Warriors win a ring? He said, it would keep me from kicking Steve Kerr's ass for making me come off the bench. And he's a joking guy, but him saying that, you know what it means? Like, obviously, like, you know, he's playing, of course, but he's just saying, like, you know, he'd always say, like, silly stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, obviously, he had to humble himself and accept it. And he was amazing for them, bro. Like, he was amazing. Sean Livingston was amazing. They had so many amazing players. When you have vets that can understand their roles, that's what you need on a championship team. Every championship team, you can't find me one that didn't have, you could argue, oh, maybe the bench wasn't super deep. But no, you cannot tell me that you didn't have fucking guys that were committed to their roles. And we have Jared Dudley thinking he's like, no, they need me. They need me on that bench. Didn't play at all in the playoffs. Yeah. But you need guys that bring that culture and understand certain things. So if you Kelly Oubre and you already playing like doo-doo, yeah, fam, you just asked to get traded. You out this bitch. But hopefully if you play better, we can get some value, or they can get some value for you.
He's a free agent, though. He's probably thinking, I'm not going to be here. I'm trying to get my numbers, get my money.
Right. It was a 1-year deal.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
But if he's not getting numbers, then what the fuck is he doing? Like,
somebody's going to give him a bag. He's like, okay, I'm going to get that. Like with Jeremy Grant, I'm going to go to some shitty-ass team and just ball out. Like, I'm not here with this whole Warrior shit. Like, he's at that stage of his career. He's not about winning. Like, why would he be? Like,
he about getting that shit, getting paid. I mean, but
yeah, I'm trying to get. It's like my career. Like that winning shit's for like the grades, bro. I'm not at that stage of my career. I'm still young. I haven't had that huge contract yet. Like, I haven't put up the numbers I want to put.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's like I don't give a fuck about that winning shit. So I understand his angle there, but he shouldn't have said that to the media, you know?
Yeah, which is a stupid take to make. And also, dog, you can be amazing off the bench. Schroeder, I mean, oh, no, he's not off the bench anymore. But you can be in your role, and then you don't know what happens in the future. You're still young. But it's like you said, a lot of players, it makes sense, too, when you're thinking about legitimately, like, I want to be in the league in the next few years. Like, I want to get this check. And the contracts a lot of it is based off of stats. If you can get this amount. So they're like, yeah, man, if I'm not averaging 20 a night, I'm never going to be a star in this league. Same shit Kuzma seemed like he was dealing with. Now, they gave him that fat-ass paycheck. He's playing a little different now. He's playing winning basketball. We ain't been on Kuz's head. We were on Kuz's head for so many years. Kuz, we don't give a fuck about what his stats are at right now. Yeah. Because we can see what's he doing? Oh, he's boarding like crazy. Oh, he's playing hella good defense now. Oh, he's keeping the ball moving. Eye test. We're not sitting there, dude. His stats. People were saying he's had one of the best years he's ever had, bro. His stats are lower than they were last year and lower than they were last before. It's not about the stats.
I love when he like moves the ball around. When he actually starts passing, like he makes some nice passes. Like, see, do that instead of just chucking shit up. Like, and he's been teaching that to Taylor too. He's been telling him to like you have to look to make plays for others. And after he said that, Taylor got 6 assists the next game.
Sheesh.
So,
like, he's gonna be awesome.
He's good as fuck. He led the Lakers in scoring yesterday. He'd be good.
Well, shit, someone got to lead us in scoring. We got no Bron, no AD, no
we
Drummond.
won the game though, so
yeah, I'll take it. All right, man. Anything else? I'm feeling good about this one. I can't lie.
Sports? We always say sports, but we don't talk about basketball. But I was gonna. We should do baseball one day. No, I'm playing. That shit would be terrible.
We saying we only talk about
basketball. It's like let's do sports, but it's like
we talk about
the Dodgers going all the way again.
And no, we talked about UFC that time, and I cut out like most of what I said.
No,
I'm like,
really?
No, you were into that shit though. You were into that shit.
Bro, I was talking about Amanda Nunez for so long. I'm like, no one gives a fuck.
Oh, you cut that out? Holy shit.
Bro, I cut out one. I don't even remember what pod that was, but eventually I was like, Because also, like, the different, like, I've already sat through, like, 2 hours of potting. So I'm trying to think from their view, like, fuck. They're like, what are these niggas talking about? But one of them, I was going on for I kept, like, the good parts. But I felt like sometimes I'd just be, I'd be long-winded.
Yeah. Hey, quick question, though. Are the Nets cheating?
Nah, it's the league. It's the league.
Like,
I mean, it's a little fucked
what
up how
the fuck
stacks
is going
teams-
on right now that you get LaMarcus Aldridge?
LaMarcus Aldridge was an amazing pickup because I can't even lie. Blake Griffin, I was like, all right, whatever. But then LaMarcus, I'm like, holy shit. Because that motherfucker got a good ass mid range.
Man, Blake be dunking now, though. He has like 5 dunks already. Before we got to the Nets, he hasn't dunked in 2 years.
He was just hustling Detroit.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's really the problem. Like, it's not even so much the teams, but, like, there is some fucked up stuff going on. Like, because players... I don't even want to say fucked up because it's almost like we're saying that it should be more like the NFL slave mentality in terms of how they treat their players. Because like Bron basically introduced that of like freedom to do whatever you want. And so like Blake playing like, I mean, he hadn't dunked in years, hadn't done shit. But eventually in his defense, it was a rebuild situation. You're in Detroit. Everyone knew he didn't want to be there, but he wrote it out and it seemed like they were on good terms. They parted ways. LaMarcus, that nigga basically just sat his ass down. Was like, nah. Is over. Like it was him.
Spurs? Where's he at?
He was on the Spurs, and it seemed. I guess him and Pop.
They agree. Like we both don't like this, so I'm gonna just dip. And like, it's crazy because a lot of owners are scared of the players just forcing themselves off teams.
But you really can force your way out if you have any value to you. You can really force your way out. I don't want to be here. I'm not going. Like I'm gonna make it toxic in the locker room. AD, when AD wanted to go to Lakers, it didn't happen. They didn't trade him, but they had to shut him down for the year because it's like you can't have that in the environment of like
James
in
Harden.
the locker room. James Harden, prime example. But James, actually they both have hella value. But yeah, so any player with value, exactly. James Harden, prime example. Nigga, I'm gonna show up fat as fuck and come in late as be at the strip clubs, miss training camp. Like
at the press conference, he said, "Yeah, we're just not good enough here. I tried my best, but we just suck."
Yeah,
he's
really
like,
did that shit you can do.
Like
it's like James, you choked several times, man. I get it. I get what you're saying about the team. I get it. You haven't had great pieces around you. We see what you work with great pieces like you are in the Nets, how you're facilitating, everyone's happy. I get it now. But like don't put all the blame on the team when there were several chokes where it was like, what the fuck happened to dude? But I do feel him, but he'll tell you that he didn't like the way he handled that shit. So hey, it worked though.
There were times where they failed him too though. Like how many times PJ Tucker missed wide open corner threes, bro?
But you can't blame the organization. I mean, that was his dog anyways. But I do see what you're saying. Like they didn't have much else around him. It was just the way he handled it and like saying like, no, nothing to be done. Nah, it's just over. I think he'll tell you too. Like he regrets the way that.
I don't blame that shit. I need to get off that fucking team, bro. Like simple. Like I need to get off the team. You're not trading me. I'm getting off this fucking team in any way of my power as long as it's legal and stuff like that. I don't feel bad because like I told you to trade me and you didn't want to trade me, so fuck it. Like you said we were prepared to get uncomfortable. Bet I'll get uncomfortable.
You're right. They did make that public. They said we're prepared to get but I think they said that after he had began, like he had started up with that stuff. Like he had started up. I think that was after he'd already missed training camp. Yeah. And then they were looking like they basically spoke back. Oh, we're ready to get uncomfortable and shit got uncomfortable.
So he turned that shit up.
He's like, oh yeah, bet. Nigga want to get uncomfortable. All right. Well.
There you go. Sorry. Was James Harden wearing a fat suit?
I think he just put like towels or shit under his fucking...
Bro, he looked so fucking fat, and then like now he I don't know.
He slimmed down in like one day.
Like he looked fat, and then like he checking the game, he looked fine. So he wasn't having something in his warm up.
Them niggas all hustled, bro. Him, Blake Griffin.
Yep.
And them niggas all hustled, bro. The only ones that didn't hustle were KD and Kyrie. The rest of them, that shit was. It's like it was a finesse. They all finesse,
shit, bro.
Finesse the fuck out of it.
How you finesse James Harden, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Blake Griffin? How do you finesse that shit, bro?
Yeah, bro.
In 1 year, bro. Like it's no off season shit. Like in the middle of the season, bro. Like
cheating, bro.
It's all good, bro. We got Drummond. We got Drummond. We'll be straight.
We got Drummond.
All right, man. How y'all feeling? Y'all think we got? I feel like I'm feeling good about this one. I can't even lie.
Feeling great.
I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm gonna get some food after this. I can't even cap.
Seriously, I'm like starving.
All right, man. Well, everyone who's watching I was thinking about doing bringing the drops back, but I feel like you can't get hyped to leave. We out. Yeah. They don't hit the same.
Why not? Just leave with some fucking high.
Yeah, you right.
Dude, just sing him some like R&B.
All right, man. So we appreciate
every
everyone
time I close your eyes.
Oh, yo, it's about that time.
Appreciate.
All right, let's get out of here.
Everyone who was we appreciate everyone who's tapped in, man. If you watched this far, just cut this nigga's mic. If you
is all I need.
I kind of like it though.
Yeah, I fuck it with it. Just let him sing in the background.
We appreciate Oh, that's true. I could just lower it down a little background noise out there. Oh, okay, you're onto something. My bad. I was kidding. All right, my bad.
All right,
Anyways,
next
man.
week's to keep singing.
Appreciate everyone who's oh dude, I'm gonna put some auto tune on your shit. I'll have you sounding nice.
Oh.
But yeah, we appreciate everyone. You know what I was thinking about? One time I sang something on the
hit
pod.
it with some
I know I
auto-tune?
sang some shit. No, I didn't. But I was listening. Like, does it sound like I hit the notes and shit? My dumb ass. But all right, man. We appreciate everyone rocking with us, man. Hope y'all had a good time. Felt like y'all a part of the conversation, man. Because y'all really are, man. And we just appreciate you guys. Please tap in with our clips, tap in with our pods. You don't need to watch the clips if you already watched the full pod, if you made it this far. So whatever, we out this motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was waiting for the drums, bro.
All right, pod number 2. We're going again, right?
Yeah.
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now, but they steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now,